side hand, I'll be that too. Because chicks are young and this chick is old. So I'll be the side hand. Thank you, Reggie, for correcting her. I will be the side chick, the mistress, the side chick, the hand. It's whatever. I mean, name calling is what y'all do. That's
Hey, Bougie Gang, what's going Friday? Friday, what's going on, everybody? Y'all, what's tea? Okay. Is there any tea? Is there anything I need to know about? Lady in the clouds. Okay, 313. What's up to 313? All of our friends in the 313, y'all. Okay, all of our good friends in the 313. Hi, Rosie. What's going on? Portia Hush. Y'all. Okay, Mimi, Ms. Lorraine, and Aquarius Bay are our gang stars. They got here 1, 2, 3 first. And then we got, hold on a second. Okay. The gong is officially here. I mean, I can't not use it. It's just too funny. And it's so appropriate. Y'all, Donna is gone, y'all. Donna is getting, she didn't get sentenced yesterday, but she did get some life without parole. I guess I should do a summary on it. Maybe we'll do a little summary later. You guys wanted me to talk about a couple of things. So let's get through Nesto and then we'll come back. We have to come back because y'all. Danny, hey boo. Hey Danny, what's good? Okay. Lady in the Clouds, Hourglass, and a new edition, The Vanity Chronicles. Okay. Period. Okay. Thank you to all of our friends. Yes. And all of our friends. Yes. Nesto's handy girl. Handy girl. Let me think of some words. Handy girl. Y'all. Nesto needs you every day. Handy girl. You are his world. He needs your love each and every day. Do you really love me? Do you really love me? Don't you really care? Don't you really care? Yeah, we already egg on your face, egg on your face. She'll always be there, handy girl. Yeah. My freestyle is off right now, but let me think about it for a minute and I'll come up with something. Hi, Miss Peggy Braxton. Hey, boo, how are you? Shirley testified finally. Okay. Yes. Yes. No, what I'm saying is that I had no idea. Yes, I realized he came home with the vehicle. I just didn't know he put it in my name. He never told me. Okay. That motherfucker never told me anything. No, I'm just kidding. Period. Period. DMV 703, what's good? Listen to me 301. Look, I'm just like randomly clicking on names. Hi, Simple Dimples. And you know this. Beautifully made. Hi, Beauty is her name. Tan the trophy. Hi, Boo. Hi, JMM. How are you? Cherie. Mocha. What's good? A sweet ace of silhouette. What's good, sis? How are you? Listen to me 301. Was that for the 2 times? Bonding out since 2022. That's a good one right there. CW. Uh-oh, where my Virgos at? Where are my Virgos? Virgo gang gang. Hold on a second. Virgo gang gang. Period. Okay, Virgo gang gang. What's going on, guys? Let's see. We got a Virgo. We got one Virgo in the chat. I'm sure we have plenty more. Old Man Johnson's Farm. Okay. Diva, Whiskey. What's going on? Mocha. 501 Queen. What's going on? K and B Mom. Hi, everybody. Glass half full. What's going on to everybody? You getting right in. You are right there on Virgo Libra. Okay, Virgo Libra. You close enough to it, but you're still Virgo. Period. Lex Rich. Okay, that's the day after me, boo. I'm September 12th, all day long. Birthday was yesterday. CJ Peach. Happy birthday, boo. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Okay. Yes, CJ Peach had a birthday yesterday, guys. Will everybody take a minute and wish our good friend in the chat a beautiful, wonderful birthday season? Okay, been a minute since I caught live. Hi, Mr. Kappa Man. What's going on, sir? How are you? Men representing in the chat. Okay, coming through. Thank you, Mr. Kappa Man. I appreciate you. The Kappa Man. Okay. Period. Oh, let me get back to our song. Okay. A little smooth jazz for Bougie. What's going on, guys? Did you have a happy Friday? Hi, Penny Proud. Y'all, I was busy. What did I do today? I was up at 5:30. Lunch with my husband. Took Farrah to school. We stopped at Chick-fil-A. Somebody forgot their gym uniform. I had to double back to the school. Came home, went live, got dressed, went to the doctor's office, came home, did a little bit of research, got back in the car, went to go pick up Farrah at school, went to the grocery store, did some food shopping, got back in the car, went to Walgreens, picked up some prescriptions, came home, emptied out the car, put away some groceries, and was like, Farrah, let the dogs out. Mommy's 1 minute late for her live. Okay? And here I am. It's been a full day. I'm ready to drink a glass of wine and get in bed. Okay? That was my day. It's been on your mark, get set, go since 5:30 this morning. Okay? All right, Bougie, but I wouldn't have it any other way. Okay? Okay? That's just a typical Virgo day. Okay. Yes. Made it just in time. Hi, Niner girl. How are you? We're all overachiever as per usual, right? Late, but Virgo in the chat. September 1st. Yes. Happy birthday to all the Virgos, all of our September Libras. I wonder if September Libras must feel some type of way, because I know energy can be a little bit annoying. Any September Libras in the house? The Virgos in your life get on your nerves? Yes, Virgo gang gang. Okay. Guess who? You know who else is September Virgo? Oh, crazy Sonia. You know, we got those crazy cousins, the Virgos. Yes, some of us like excellent representatives of our sign, and then there's the screwballs, and that would be screwball would be Sonia. Okay. Anybody out here publicly crumb snatching, baby? Who's out here publicly crumb snatching for a inmate? My lord. Okay. Libra gang gang. Hey boo. Girl. Picking up Shirley's leftovers. My lord. Okay. We don't claim that 304. Happy birthday to all the fabulous Virgos. The operative word is fabulous Virgos. If you're not a fabulous Virgo, well, okay. A Sonia Virgo is a no. I'm going to have to put my phone on. Let me put hold on. My VIP list can always get through, but y'all, I cannot. It's like the minute I go live, my phone goes crazy. All right, guys, let's get into the tablet visit. Hi, Dr. Charles. Hey, boo. Let me see. I know I didn't get a chance to say hi to everyone. Hi, Miss HLS. Hey, boo. Honey, say that. Us, as in we, seniors need love too. And that's on per October 9th. What's going on? The October Libras are in the house representing. Libras are like, we up next. We up next. Birthday season is always so much fun. I hit the like button on my way in. Did you? Ooh. Ooh. Okay. Freedom's not coming soon. Hello, can I speak to St. Peter's trumpet? Freedom's not coming soon. I wonder what the text messages were like. I meant to order the text messages and it's probably too late now. I'll have to wait till Monday. I don't know if I don't know. We have some of the text messages Shay gave us earlier this week, but I don't have anything for this week. And I think Sylvia the other day posted something where I guess Sonia sent her screenshots of Nesto's. I wonder let me ask you guys this. Well, we already know she's weird, but the fact that the YouTube streets, she can't really complain about us talking about Nesto's text messages when you sent Sylvia a screenshot of the text messages for her to post on her page. Does that make sense, y'all? How can you be mad that people are reading and doing content with your text messages when you gave Senorita Blabbermouth your text messages and she posted them on her page? You want us to see, you knew, why would you send them to her and she's going to post them? So you can't really criticize at this point. You sent that straight from your phone. Hello? Did y'all see yesterday's episode? Does that make sense? Yeah. They need to stop. Y'all need to cut it. Okay? The critical thinking is not there if your teeth touch your chin. Isn't that what you said? Hi, Chef. Hey, boo. Chef, happy birthday. I hope you had a wonderful birthday. I know you've got to still be celebrating, right? It was just a couple of days ago. Mm-mm-mm. Hey, Sherry, what's up? Hey, what up, Doe? 313, how are you? Patty Patty, what's going on? Tanya, what's going on? ATR, only Echo knows. Okay. Deborah Johnson, 921. Hey, boo. Okay, how's everybody doing? Bevy, what's good? Love the sound effects. Me too. I love them. Hi, Lex. If I missed you, my bad. Don't feel any type of way about it. Hey, Miss Red. T Collins, how are you? Just Shelly, what's going on? Is this Nesto's flavored bread? Nesto's cologne flavored bread. Chica, what's going on? Okay. Radiance unlocked. Period. Okay. Pretty and plus size. Love it. Hi, pretty and plus size. How are you? The Real Empress. What's going on? Jay Breezy. I feel like I've said hi to almost everybody. Renee, what's good? CJ Peach had a birthday. What's going on? I feel like I said hi to almost everybody. Joey, are you in the bushes? Listening and giggling is right here. Hi. And Tanya B. The Gold Experience. What's going on? TD Will. What's going on? CW, probably, I think for the 2 times. Mimi, Penny Proud. Okay. I feel like I said hi to almost everybody. Husband, I see you. April B. Okay. My Bell, what's going on? South Carolina Diva 803, what's going on? Okay. Let's see. Okay. All right. Forgive me if I don't get to say your name, if I didn't greet you. Talk to somebody in the chat. Hi, Joey. Joey, do you want to call in? Do you want to talk about what needs to be talked about? Do you have a minute? Do you want to talk about number 1? We have 2 things to talk about because Joey always says, "Hi, Francoise. What do you want to talk about today?" Casino lady, what's going on? Okay. We have 2 things to talk about. The motion to suppress was denied. And then on top of that, there's 2 new sets of charges, 2 new cases. And they're also petitioning to have the cases joined to the RICO. Okay. All right. Okay, guys, we are in the camper right now. We're just chillaxing right now in the camper. Did I send the link? All right, let's see. Did someone else? Let's see. Hey, Bougie and Bougie Gang. Hi, Skater. What's going on? Thank you. Thank you. You guys are so awesome. I appreciate y'all so much. Let's see. Okay, I think we're all the way caught up. Let's see when Joey's gonna call in. Rounded corners. Okay. Joey entered the studio. Okay, add to stage. Oh, they did some new. Did I do? Hey Joey, how are you?
Francoise, can you hear me?
Yes. How's it going? Happy Friday.
Happy Friday. So what can we talk about today?
Oh my, we have so much to talk about. Yeah. So the motion to suppress the vehicle search was denied. Were you aware of that? I know you are.
I was aware of that, and like I told you last time I talked, I figured they would do that. I I knew they would do it. I kind of knew they would do it. And yeah, it's not looking good for the kid. So
AKA Nesto.
AKA Nesto, yeah, Mr. Williams.
AKA Nesto.
Yeah, he was trying to. Yes, William Pryor. So that evidence stays in, and then we move forward from there. And again, Shirley presenting that she didn't buy that vehicle was pretty much the evidence. It was a good argument. Was the more weighted argument. So now the evidence stays in to include all the really bad stuff, really bad stuff. So we go from here. I don't know what he's going to do.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, go ahead.
So you were saying, so all the really, really bad stuff stays in. So what was I'm sorry about that. There's a little bit of a delay, so my bad.
Okay. I mean the CP stuff is still out there. So that could pop up too. So,
yeah.
Which I still to this day think is what he is really worried about. So
as he should be.
So that's going to be the only time will tell for that. So that's going to be the issue.
So if they're really trying to sock it to him, the fact that now they've added 2 additional cases. So really right now he's got 4 open cases. He's got the RICO, he's got the sexual assault case, he has the strawberry indictment, and he's got the PGR indictment, right?
Correct. Right. And the identity theft from that's pretty much a slam dunk. Because they have the documents there and you've got the witness saying that, I mean, some of these charges are pretty much a done deal. Those last two indictments, in my mind, clearly he did that. Clearly those are very strong that he did.
Do you think it's a good idea that they join those 2 together?
You might as well. You might as well.
Right.
So,
I mean, it makes sense, but is it? And they would have to, if they join it together, then there's not going to be as much of a delay with pre-trial and all of that stuff that needs to be done prior to, even those things that would be potentially contested have already been ruled upon recently. So even if he contested it in another case, they've already been ruled upon by the same judge in similar cases. So that would be a no.
Right. So,
okay.
Yeah, it's going to be...
either way, he's screwed.
Yeah, I mean, again...
That's how it's looking.
As a cyber juror, I'm going to put my juror hat on. I'm just... Yeah, those last... if we don't know anything else, we know that those last 2 indictments are very, very strong. Because you basically already had Shirley come in and say that, that she didn't sign those documents. So we know that one's gonna fly. And the issue with the house, if Sheridan were to come in and say that she did not sign that document, that's going to be another slam dunk on that one. So, yeah. So
and I'm sure she probably would, because she went to the police and gave a statement.
Correct.
And also, all they have to do on top of that is say, Miss Strawberry, in 2021, or when did you start paying your daughter's rent? Was it customary for you to pay your daughter's rent? Okay. So on this lease that has your name spelled wrong, your daughter's name spelled wrong, and your husband at the time, would it make sense for you to pay rent at an apartment complex when if she's supposed to be living with you at a house that you never lived at?
It's really? Gonna be a slam. It's those 2 are just slam dunks.
Those are just bad
And
facts.
he's screwed on those two, if you ask me.
Mm.
And so we'll just, in my professional opinion, I think, yeah. So we'll see how, and we'll see what other people they bring. If they bring the victims forward, it just looks worse and worse and worse for him. So we will see how that goes. And I don't know. He's been extremely optimistic up until now. I don't know if that's going to be the case going forward. I don't know.
I don't
Freedom
know.
is
I mean,
coming.
Erica King, hopefully they will send her, no offense if Erica King's listening in the bushes. Hopefully they will get her coming in looking Queen of the South. That would be my hope, is that she could really come in giving us some Queen of the South. Even if she wore her Erica King, Queen of the South. I need if Erica King is coming in, I need her to come in the room. That's what I
Oh,
don't
oh,
want.
no, she's going to come in very demure and
No.
she's going to come in very demure, very humble. And she's basically, because she's the mastermind.
Very much no weave. Just, she's
Right.
gonna give it to us au naturel like she did
Correct.
to get her plea bargain deal.
She's
Okay.
going to be in full church mode. So I think that, and she is going, because she is really the mastermind of all of it, of a lot of this.
Don't say that. Don't say that. Don't give Sonia, please. Can we not give Busybody any extra ideas? Because Sonia already does blame everything on Erica King, but I don't want her to get the Joey information because I like seeing her run in circles.
Okay.
Please don't give her any, because they watch and take notes over here.
Apparently. So
they're taking notes.
Let's just say this. Someone is the technician. Someone is the engineer on this cruise ship that's actually pulling the levers and making the engines run, whoever that person may be. So I think that
but the cruise ship is giving Titanic right now. It's not giving the what is it, the Queen Elizabeth II? It's not giving that it's a well-oiled machine. It's ran aground.
It's ran aground because the person that ran it aground jumped off the boat and got away.
The captain.
So,
okay.
The captain got in a lifeboat and got away.
So what do you think? It was like the cruise director? Was he the Julie McCoy of the cruise ship?
Yeah.
He wasn't even really.
And left the chief purser or the cruise director. Yeah, the cruise director. Left the cruise director holding the bag. So, and the cruise director, of course, doesn't know that the ship is sinking and continues to provide entertainment to all the ladies.
So do you think Erica King lied on Nesto? Like when she says she was working for Nesto, do you think Nesto was really working for her? Did she have him fooled or what? Because the way you make it sound is like he was working for Erica. Joey, you better come back. Joey must be in the woods again. Joey said, "Ooh, Bougie Gang is live. Let me go ahead and get up out of work." Are you in the back? Okay. Clearly you must have left the office.
Hello.
I'm here. We're here. Joey, we hear you. Joey, drop down and come back. Okay. Interesting, guys. Interesting. Joey is at work at that law firm. You guys are so funny. Okay. Joey, here's the link again. Okay. They were equal partners. This is just Joey's theory. You know what I'm saying? I hear what y'all are saying. I think Nesto probably thought that Erica was doing Nesto's bidding. And I do believe that Nesto thinks he was running things, but maybe Erica was running circles around him. And you know what I mean? it's almost kind of like George Jefferson and Wheezy. Remember, like Wheezy would say something, she would come up with a brilliant idea, and then George would be like, I was thinking we should do this, that, and the third. Do you remember on the Jeffersons, when Wheezy would come up with an idea and she would like, George, and then he would like totally ignore her, and then like 5 minutes later he's like, Wheezy, you know what, I thought about an idea and I'm gonna do, and she's like, okay. He would just like totally take her idea. I wonder if Nesto is that type, like he thought he was in charge, but Erica's really kind of like you're saying, she's the one steering the ship.
Can you
Is
hear
that
me?
what you mean? Yes.
Okay. Yes, I think that's kind of it's something similar to that. But in my belief is that he discovered that Erica and and Earnest are kind of peas in a pod. They're kind of bookends. They're kind of both I don't want to say scammers, but they both kind of operate in the gray. Let's say that. And
Mm-hmm.
they linked up with each other, and I think he found, and I think he discovered that she could do these things. She was
Mm-hmm.
probably doing that kind of stuff on a small scale, and then he, if you can steal 5, why can't you steal 10 or 20? If you do these small things, do something. If you can represent small things in court, represent big things in court. So I think that's the case. But I honestly think that Erica is a much bigger part of the enterprise than she is letting on, and she certainly did not work. I don't think she worked for him. I think they shared in the proceeds of the things that
But
they
that's
worked
what
on
she told
together.
the district attorney. She said that Earnest was her boss. So that's cap.
I think that is a good cover. I think that's what they told Shirley. But see, she never said that she knew Shirley.
No.
Remember she
Well,
said
we
she
don't
worked.
know. We're not
Well,
privy to the interviews. We don't really know.
well,
We
she
just
said
know
that
what
she
we
was.
know. We just
Well,
know
she
what
said
it.
that she. Well,
Uh-huh.
she said that she was working for Shirley as kind of a. They were working for Shirley's kind of a to run her media stuff. So Shirley knows who she is.
Mm-hmm.
So, we'll find out. We'll find out her definition of that relationship. I just don't believe that he was. I don't believe that she was working for him. That she's this person off the street, and he told, "Okay, I want you to put on some sunglasses and a wig, and pretend that you are a lawyer." I don't believe that at all.
She was already doing that.
Correct. So what I'm telling you is they were working in conjunction with each other.
Mm-hmm.
She had a court system in her house with
They had
scams.
overlapping scams, put it that way.
Right. And
He
he
had
didn't.
his scams and she had her scams. And when it's almost like when you need a fixer or a cleaner or someone to wash some money, like you need someone who's a specialist. If any of you guys have ever watched Breaking Bad or whatever, there are people who specialize in doing certain things. So maybe Erica was his girl who does certain things.
And that's very astute of you. I agree with that. She's the person that can do the legal stuff for you.
Mm-hmm.
She can get contracts done. She can file paperwork at the courthouse. She knows
Mm-hmm.
she knows her way around to do that kind of stuff. She can, according to Charleston White, they were garnishing his wages. She knew how to file that kind of paperwork to do that.
Right.
File claims. So she's good at that, even though she's not licensed to practice law. So she was doing this. The notary public stamps were found at 990, not 980. That was found at Erica's house.
Right.
So,
but those stamps were used on things to Nesto's benefit.
Correct, because Erica did that for him, set those up for him, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I think they worked together. They shared in the spoils together. And I think that she is, as far as the financial crimes, is probably far more dangerous. She's far more. Much more concerned about her than I would be of him, as far as the financial crimes go.
Right. I'm sure they've had to spend some time to figure out what she has done, because she has impacted Fulton County, or maybe even others, could DeKalb, Gwinnett, all of, I mean, we don't know where she's been meddling in the system, because she's out here. She might be that hood lawyer who can help you with a few things, maybe not
Correct.
super duper in depth, but she was using credentials of legitimate attorneys to maneuver and do transactions and things. So, okay, so the motion was denied. Well, let's dial back for a second. So earlier we found out what came first. So what came first was the motion. So then we found out about the new charge. So there were the dishonesty crimes that were posted, the notary seal, the identity theft, some damn counterfeit check, all kinds of stuff. Let me ask you this question. So someone in the chat is saying Joey always tries to minimize Nesto's role in everything. Erica is definitely not innocent, but Nesto is definitely not. Nesto is definitely the ringleader. Well, what I think he was saying is that Nesto was running his own cons. It may not necessarily be that Erica was working for him. Her con is that she does legal services with no license. So maybe it wasn't that she was under him. He would use her to further some of his cons. Is that what you're saying? Or I mean, I don't.
Yeah. Well,
when I'm major money.
What I'm saying is, so everybody hears this. What I'm saying is, I think the two of them are, I don't want to say, are pretty close to equally culpable for the financial crimes. And I think that Miss King got a extremely good deal and is leaving Mr. Williams holding the proverbial bag, literally. So, I just think that of the two of them are equally culpable as far as the financial crimes go. I really believe that. I really do. And I find it a little troubling that Miss King got such a good, got probate, got this really sweetheart deal, probate. But Fulton County, that doesn't surprise me. But
if they offered him, if it's true that he was offered a deal when Hannah
I don't think he was offered a deal.
Well, I'm prefacing. If it's true that he was offered a deal, excuse me. If it's true he was offered a deal and he turned it down, that's his own damn fault.
Well, that would be true. It would be true if that were true.
If it's true, because I don't know if it's true, because people lie, they make stuff up. But according to Blabbermouth, she is certified Blabbermouth, she seems to have some sort of information, which may or may not be true. I don't know if it's true. I'm saying take it with like a container of salt. If there is, look at Donna Adelson. She was offered a deal to get time served if she gave up her daughter. And she's getting life without parole. She's guilty on 3 counts. They offered her time served for commissioning a murder with her son. She turned it down. She's going life without parole. Sarah Boone, 15 years. Turned it down. Life without parole. You know what I'm saying? Like, people get deals now and turn them down, and they end up LWOP.
I just don't think he was offered a deal.
And he may not have been. I'm just saying, if he did get offered one, if he gets offered one and he turns it down, that's going to be his own fault. I'm not going to feel sorry for him. And I don't feel like Erica King, like the deal Erica King got, they probably needed to have that to be able to make it make sense, because we don't even know everything that they have. So maybe they're just tired of having him on the streets.
We will find out what they have.
Yeah.
And I think, and he had left enough breadcrumbs between the two of them. They had left enough breadcrumbs. They could have brought him down or put him in, or theoretically they could have put him in jail for a significant amount of time with what information that they had. So they didn't really need Erica per se. And they could have prosecuted Erica as well. So I just personally have an issue with the sweetheart deal that she got. I also have an issue with the way his whole case is being handled. He seems to, again, and I'll say this, he seems to have I've watched there's other cases in Fulton County. The YSL case, the YSL case was a Keystone Cop case, which was a murder case. The prosecution was horrible. They didn't know what they were doing. It was like they were the most incompetent. I'd never seen anything like it. But yet with Mr. Williams, everything seems to be lining up. He has the best prosecutor. He has the worst, not the worst defense, but he's got the best defense.
You said it. You said it right. Don't play. You said it right.
He's got the best defense his money can buy.
He got Sean L. Wop Hoover.
Well, Counselor Hoover's doing the best he can with what he's got, and Wooten is. He's got a convergence of everything that could go wrong is going wrong, or if you're a prosecutor, everything that could go right is going right, and we'll just have to wait until the trial and see what comes out of it.
I'm getting a question. Are you a producer over at WSB TV? Do you know Mark Winnie and Ashley Lincoln?
No, I think I've met Ashley Lincoln once.
Okay.
No,
okay. Great question. Okay. That was a good one.
Should I be?
Should you be a producer over at WSB TV? I'm a fan of WSB TV. I like them. I like them a lot. Mark Winnie always comes looking very serious, and when he goes, when they get the camera on him and he's getting ready to say, "I'm Mark Winnie," and he takes his glasses off, it's like extra serious. So I know he's getting ready to drop us some good Atlanta TT.
Yeah,
I like him.
I expect to see. I expect that Ashley will be at the trial, probably.
Yes, she's following the case, definitely.
Yeah, I think
do you think Sonia played a part in this taking so long?
No, I don't think so. No,
I do. Let me tell you why. She was really pushing the Fourth Amendment. Not saying that Sean wouldn't have done it, but I feel like some of this defense has been partially her brainchild. And if that's the case, then I would say she can get some credit for this taking so long. Not obviously from the judge's standpoint of not ruling, but the pushing of the issue, the gag order of it all. Like some of these things underlying comes from the Nesto Sonia strategy. The Nestonia, the Nestonia defense strategy.
See, now I think you're giving Sonia way more credit than you should.
Not really. It's not credit. It's just I don't know. I'm not giving her credit for masterminding anything. I don't think she's smart at all, but she's pushy AF. And she has been pushing a particular agenda, and Nesto is not alpha male at all. He doesn't have enough intelligence to be able to come up with half of these things, because he probably is sitting there very guilty and he's really not able to articulate himself.
You know why? Because Erica is the person that was the brains of the operation.
Okay, we're not trying to prove the Erica point right now. We're asking about Sonia.
Sonia, I don't think Sonia caused this to delay. I think the Fulton County, they are that system is just slow. They chose to make it slow. Sonia's been pushing the Fourth Amendment for a while. They could have easily taken that up, disposed of it months ago. So I don't think it had anything to do with it. It's just the nature of how the county is running this case. I don't know. Again, I don't know why they're dragging it out, but they just are.
Okay. We just hear a lot of noise from Sonia. Sonia is the noisiest of them all, so it's appearing that she's getting some credit for stalling the process, but they were already on Nesto's behind anyway.
Yeah.
Okay, so so the new charges came. Then we found a motion to join everything together. And in that motion was the draft of the Strawberry indictment, which subsequently did get indicted and get posted to Fulton County. So now there are two separate cases. We're waiting on Judge Dunaway to rule on that. But after that dropped, all of a sudden, he's like, he's dropping a decision on the vehicle search, because now is shit or get off the pot time, because now there are new cases that kind of have to deal with some of the same evidence and things. So he went ahead and made a decision. Do you think that those two new cases helped Judge Dunaway or nudged him a little bit? Like, sir, can you please make a decision?
I think that the mark is on the wall for November, and I think he has to wrap up all the. I think he's just been driven to wrap up all the administrative rulings that he has to do, and to get ready for November.
Okay.
And like I said before, I've always believed that they were always going to let that evidence in, because it's just so much evidence. They were going to, and the legal precedent for allowing it was there. And so, again, I don't know why it took so long to basically to rule on that, but they did, and now we have it. So now we're going to just move forward. And now all that's out of the way, so we can get on with the proceedings of the trial.
Do you think that Sonia, when Sonia turned over some evidence, do you think Sonia's a narc? I mean, let's put it out there. Is Sonia a narc? Because we're getting a question from the chat. Does Joey think Sonia sent incriminating evidence to the prosecutor?
I don't think Sonia sent the prosecutor anything that they didn't already have. I think that it's my opinion that she sent them that whatever she sent them was more or less a warning for her to stay out of this, to stay away, more than anything else.
Because they could have been investigating her. I mean, they could have do you think they had probable cause to investigate her where they subpoenaed her records?
I don't know. I think they may have taken a look at her. Certainly, if she's done any, if there's any potential witness tampering or anything, that's a possibility. But I honestly think that was kind of a shot across the bow to let her. Since you want to play lawyer, okay, let's have a go at it. And you notice ever since then, she's kind of really backed off of that. She even bought a tin can and rode away. She's done.
Because after watching the Adelson case this week, just kind of hearing how, like, when Tallahassee was investigating and then they were able to get wires, now this is obviously not the same case, but if they feel like, they can get the FBI involved if they need to. You can have people surveilled if you need to. You can get WhatsApp, you can get email, you can get Instagram. I mean, if they can subpoena your email records because they feel like you might be witness tampering, I mean, you just never know. So, yeah,
That is true.
it's possible, especially if they thought that she had some sort of, the big thing was some sort of power of attorney. If they thought she was meddling, then it's maybe she doesn't know what they were looking at, how they were looking into her, and might
No,
not ever know.
no, and she won't know. But I honestly
Yeah.
think it was really. I think it was really just kind of a a slap on the a slap on the head to get her out of this business that she thinks that she's doing, and no and notice that she's completely out of it. She continues to talk to Sonia for some odd, I mean to Sylvia for some odd reason. I don't know why, but
Why she talks to Sylvia?
right. Well, I don't know why
They
she
say
continues to
they're best friends. They say they're BFFs.
well, I mean, talk about the case to Sylvia,
Because
and
she's stupid. I mean, let's go
and
back to, I'm not afraid. I'm not saying you're afraid to say it, but I don't have a problem saying it. She's stupid. She's not smart.
and I don't
She's
know how
not smart.
and she hasn't figured out that Sylvia is using that as content. I don't understand how
Girl,
she has
Sylvia
not
is the
figured that
biggest
out.
user on the YouTube streets. She's
I
the
don't know
girl.
how she
She
has
is a
figured it out.
U. She puts the U in user. She puts the U, the S, the E, and the aura.
I
Okay.
mean, she's literally saying, Sonia, stop saying it, stop saying this, but she's putting it out as content,
Yeah,
and
let me
she's
go
saying it.
live with it. Yeah, don't
Let me
talk
lie with
about
it.
it, but hold on. Let me go hit the live button. Are you gonna call back in 2 hours and talk about it again in my members?
Yeah, don't understand that one. But
So, uh, so okay, so Vicky asked a question. Does Shirley have any recourse to take? I don't even know that this happened, but this is the question. Does Shirley have any recourse to take that Sonia is sending around her personal information to bloggers? I mean, the legal recourse is harassment. She could send a cease and desist. She could sue her if she feels like that there's damages and that she needs to go get some sort of identity theft protection. But why sue somebody who's on a fixed income with no money? You know what I mean? The legal recourse, could she have her arrested? I guess she would need proof. Who did she send bank statements to and tax statements? That's what I want to know.
yeah, that's a good.
Because
Well,
if you're talking about her bankruptcy, that's public information. That any of you guys can go look that up on Pacer right now.
right. And if it's an account that Mr. Williams is on and the Strawberry were on, he gave her a power of attorney to look at that, so he's covered. She's kind of covered under that. So
Oh, when you said bloggers, I thought you meant like legit bloggers. So really, she might say that that's her best friend. Um, I'm sure Sylvia has been looking into Shirley Strawberry. I don't know that Sonia sent her anything that she hadn't already seen, but let's just say she did. Um, she can blame Earnest for that, but is that, I guess she would have to prove damages, that somehow there's some damages that her social security got, that was used, it was blasted across the internet. I don't know if that's Sylvia who did that or not. But I think they would have to prove some sort of damages, but you have to go back to this. These women are broke. What would be the point in Shirley having to hire a lawyer to sue two broke people?
yeah, I don't. I agree with you. I think Shirley is trying to just move on with her life and leave this behind
Oh my God. Do
quickly,
you
quickly
imagine?
as she can.
This is like, to me, this would be like having a boulder attached to your neck in the ocean. It would be awful. It's awful. They're brokies, y'all. I mean, if Vicky, my opinion is if she feels like Sonia is over here like harassing her low key, she's spreading around her information, maybe she could get some sort of restraining order and tell the judge that she has access to some of her personal information due to some sort of nefarious relationship she has with her felonious ex-husband, and have a judge really admonish her and tell her they're going to put her little 90-pound behind in jail if she keeps it up. But as far as money or anything, them chicks are broke. They don't have anything. Sylvia's over there living at her daughter's house, right? Girl, asking for lunch money and gas. And Sonia, I think, is on a fixed Social Security check. So I don't know. Okay, so the two new cases, they're going to join the case. There was a motion. And then we got the news that the motion to dismiss was denied. What were your thoughts?
Again, I wasn't surprised, and I kind of figured that was going to happen. I did. I just figured that was. I figured that was. But for me, it was, why did it take so long? It just took an inordinate amount of time to come to that.
You think Judge Dunaway just doesn't care?
No, I don't think so. I think that I don't know what's happening at that. I don't know what's happening at in that court system of Fulton County. Things just kind of move at a very slow pace there when they want to, and it just took a long time. The whole Fourth Amendment thing should have been dealt with, in my mind, months ago, so that we could move this thing forward. So, but
because it was filed on September 30th,
right? And Counselor Wooten's arguments were pretty solid. Again, the law is pretty clear that if you are, unfortunately, again, it's a technicality, but if you are in a conveyance or it's something that you are not legally entitled to, you don't have those protections. And and it just so happened. But see, Mr. Williams put himself in this situation by not really being married to her in the first place, and by basically forging, looks like he forged her name to buy the truck in the first place. So,
he didn't have her permission or the privilege
to do it. So, right. So these things add up.
So let's just play like, okay, let's just say, okay, again, the motion was filed in September of 24, right? And Judge Dunaway heard the argument in December, and he ruled on it in December and gave it to Sean Hoover, right? They could have been at trial right now, and then all of a sudden, here comes Wooten with, we just got some new evidence. The vehicle was obtained fraudulently. We would still be in the same place. It was bound to come out eventually that this was a fraudulent purchase. I mean, it could have not come out, but it possibly, had it not come out initially like it did, over time through motions, because he could have made a decision two status conferences ago, right? He could have made the decision, but he kept asking for more and more information. So maybe through his process of making them dig deeper, research this, go look at that, they got to the end receipt, which was, how was the vehicle? Maybe that was his, maybe you're going to say you're giving the judge too much credit, but maybe that was some of the nudge for them to get to the bottom of the ownership of the vehicle before we give him the privilege of the search.
I think they had the ownership of the vehicle resolved. Remember,
they didn't have that. They just resolved that. According to them, Shirley was not aware that all of this fraudulent paperwork was signed and all of the things. She knew that she was the owner of the vehicle, but the details. The
Well,
details of the fraudulent contract with Westlake and all the BS on the paperwork, that stuff. That's what I'm
they
talking
knew
about.
that months ago. Remember before
Well,
we
I
even
know
got to
that.
this
I'm
point.
talking about almost a year ago, though. This was filed almost a year ago and it was argued first in December. I'm just saying, if had the judge made that decision and went in favor that it was a violation, then, but this would have come out anyway.
Yes, yes, it would have.
I just think it would have come out anyway.
Yes, it would have come out anyway. But again, they already knew that because they already said way back when that Miss Strawberry would testify to that
She would be
fact.
willing to testify. Absolutely.
So they already
They
knew that.
teased that. Yeah, they teased that in a previous filing that she would be willing to come. So when they said that, I'm sure they'd already interviewed her and were aware. Okay, yes. So they already knew that before they put the smackdown of providing the
Correct.
receipts. So to Sonia's point, why are they just putting this out now? Well, because I guess that's what they had to. They had 5 in the clip and they were letting them go one at a time. And because you want to keep pressing the damn issue, then we're just going to keep giving you more and more receipts. So the final receipt was, we're going to bring the sales contract out. Okay. I mean, I can buy that.
Yeah. So I mean, that's again this again, the pace is just a little slow for me. It's a little slow for
It's
my
extremely slow because when he said that, he could have when he's dropped his umpteen receipts, Wooten, he could have dropped that receipt a long time ago. We would have already
Correct.
known.
Correct.
He didn't have to wait. He was like, "Oh, I got my." He was holding back his clips. He was holding back his bullets in his clip. He had he has all the receipts. He said he had an overabundance of information.
He does.
Okay.
He does. So,
He does. How do you know?
So let your apparently.
Okay. Word on the street.
Apparently. So
Shirley
let your
don't know.
so let your information. Again, we'll see the rest. And we haven't gone to trial yet. So there's probably still quite a bit of information out there during trial that's going to come out. So I can only imagine what that would be.
Well, Shirley doesn't know Carlos Lamont, but she knows Lamont Dunbar, and that phone number reverted back to Lamont Dunbar. Like, what was the point do you think Nesto is just lazy? Why would he fill out that application so haphazardly? Because it wasn't like he was securing a prime rate on that car note. It's a shitty car payment. It's a shitty rate.
It's only a shitty car payment and rate if you actually are going to pay for it.
Oh, so his intent was really to default anyway, disappear. Correct. And ruin more of Shirley's credit.
Correct.
He really didn't care about ruining her credit.
Right. He wasn't paying for it anyway. So he didn't care. So, and so you get into these things using somebody else's credit to get it. You don't make any monthly payments, and then after a while, and you play this kind of shell game, hiding the vehicle from one place to the next, and eventually they come and take it away.
Good, because he was behind them. Now he had been paying it some, but when he got arrested, I think it was in default at that moment, wasn't it?
I think he needed that truck to be able to move the other things around.
Yeah, because it was a dually, so he might have been towing other vehicles, on a trailer. Yeah, because he had the big Tex trailer, so he was flatbedding. He was kind of flatbedding other vehicles. Yeah,
right. So I think that's what he was doing with that. But yeah, it's only a problem if you plan on paying. If your intent is to never pay,
oh my God,
not a problem.
I didn't think about it that way because I pay my bills. Crazy. Okay. Are you on a motorcycle? Where are you?
No, I'm on the road, and that's a guy next to me.
Oh my God.
On his motorcycle.
Okay, so what do you expect between now? So they have the motion. to join the trial. So when they say trial in November, what are we looking towards? Like, are we going to have?
I think we're going to start the trial proceedings, which means they have to. I don't know if they've got a jury seated, or they're going to have to, start working on a jury selection.
Yeah.
Whether he will ask for a jury or have a judge. So that's where the whole thing kind of starts. I think it.
I'm sorry if he gets Judge Dunaway if he wants to judge trial, he's a fool.
I think a jury trial would be in his best interest.
Really? Oh, yeah, a jury. Right. A jury.
Yes.
Yeah. Because Judge Dunaway, that you may as well just go ahead and pick out your cell. It'd be over. No, because I just think in the light most favorable to the state, what we know, you're done. A jury may be a little emotional. They can identify. They might be hypercritical. They could be, you never know which way a jury is going to go per se. But the judge, I think if the judge is already saying that is not your vehicle, that is not, you don't have privilege to the vehicle, that's already saying something about how he's looking at Nesto in the case. Yes, to me, I think.
I would agree. But I believe his best option would be a jury trial to get have any kind of, and I think and judges can be very impartial, but I think with some of this stuff, there's an emotional component to it, and I think a jury can see through some of that. So he would probably get a better. He would have a more sympathetic audience with a jury. If you ask me.
I kind of am not. He might, but
particularly
I think
a jury with men, with males.
Why are they going to sympathize with Nesto?
They would sympathize with because same reason I sympathize with him in a way, because after a while after a while you go, you didn't take these people's money, these people gave you money.
Oh, please give me a break. With the gigolo, is that the gigolo defense? Is that called the Nick Cannon School of Law gigolo defense? Come on now.
Gigolo, yeah.
The Ray J defense,
or the Shaggy defense.
Shaggy defense. It wasn't me.
Yeah.
No, sir.
There is a.
No, sir. We're not.
To tell you this. There are people. There are jurors.
You making the men look bad.
No, but there are also female jurors that will take the same tact as well. In other words, there are people that will be a little more sympathetic toward that.
Okay, but especially look at the Rico. The Rico has like a lot of counts. So you're looking at, okay, in the bigamy charge, was that proven?
I didn't say
I'm just saying. Go ahead.
I think that's proven too. He won't beat it. I don't think he'll beat everything.
He can't beat this. He's going to jail. Can you just say that? Can you admit that Nesto's going to jail? For real. Like I'm not even trying to be funny. He's going to jail.
He is more than likely going to jail.
Yes. He's guilty of bigamy. He's guilty. The judge has already decided that you were not the owner. And you were not the owner. You did not have the privilege. You did not have the permission to use who thought you were her husband's information. Right. And for that reason, yes, you also got charged with identity theft for that. So that's almost a slam dunk right there.
Right.
So there's identity theft. Go ahead.
So some of those charges, he may plead out to those charges. Some of those charges that are
he might just go ahead and concede to some.
Correct. He might, and
like y'all don't even have to present a case on charges 25 through 41. We're conceding guilty to those.
Right.
Okay.
And he may do that because I don't want Shirley back in this court presenting what she knows, tainting a jury even more.
Well, she's not going to taint a jury, but they're going to be like, you played on Shirley Strawberry from the Steve Harvey show? Is that
Influencing
Shirley with the strawberry letter walking in here?
influencing a jury even more. So now
You had
they
a celebrity wife, and look what you did.
right. So he may opt to just take the hit for those if the numbers are good, if the numbers work.
I really feel like, based on what I've seen this week, and it's not being a hater, I don't know Nesto to not like him or to like him or anything like that. It's giving from, it's giving, sir is going to be guilty. We already know he's guilty of some things. The judge already adjudicated, the judge already granted a motion in favor of the prosecution that already will have him guilty on a few of these charges, period. And then if he's claiming that Erica was his business partner, Queen of the South, we do business, if Erica is guilty, guess what? On the ones that Erica already claimed guilty to, you're guilty as well.
Right. She will certainly
If Erica's guilty, you're guilty.
Yes.
Why is Amanda's seal on paperwork, and then also, what's her damn name? The lawyer that she impersonated, of which like 3 lawyers names she used: Nicole Mormon, Nicholas Benzine, and April Holloway. Linda Johnson on paperwork for you and your wife. Her seal was on something. I think maybe the dispossessory stuff. I can't remember what her seal was on, but her seal was used to certify some documents.
Okay. Yes. And so you bring
signed
her
by
in.
April Holloway.
Right. And you bring her in as a notary saying, did you notarize this document? She says, no, I did not.
She says she did not. Yeah.
Yeah. So so he may concede. I would advise him to if given the opportunity to kind of just,
and this is on the dispossessory that Erica represented him in Judge Ashley's court. So he went to dispossessory court with Erica King, posing as April Holloway, and her having uploaded to Odyssey documents notarized by Amanda Johnson and signed by April Holloway in the interest of Nesto, who was sitting in the hearing when his wife was at work on a contract she says she never signed.
Now his defense is going to be that he did not know that she wasn't a lawyer.
He knew her name wasn't April Holloway. Erica King, Queen of the South. They got a whole video.
He's going to kind of forget it. He's going to forget that. He is going to say, I thought she was a lawyer.
Huh?
He's going to say, as far as I understood, she was a lawyer.
But you knew her name wasn't April Holloway. You knew her name wasn't Nicholas Benzine. You knew her name was not Nicole, blonde hair, BBL attorney, Mormon.
BBL attorney.
Okay? You knew she wasn't her. Wasn't that 21 Savage? Whose attorney was that? Not 21 Savage. That's Lil Durk's attorney. You picked the lady who represented Little Durk from Chicago, who was sworn into the Georgia bar by Judge Dunaway. I posted pictures of that a long time ago. When she came to Georgia and got sworn in, Judge Dunaway swore her in. Meanwhile, he's sitting and and Erica King used her name of an attorney that he swore in to the bar. Like, it's crazy.
which makes the trial that much more interesting.
It makes it super interesting and juicy.
So again,
Nesto's cooked.
you're asking all the right. You're
I'm sorry. They need look. They need a social media consultant for all the people's points. You know who to call. If you're in the bushes, you know who to call. If you need someone to give you the people's points, what's the word on the street? Y'all know who to email. Email. I got the. I mean, yeah. There's been a lot going on these years. Nesto's cooked. It's just going to be a matter of how many things he's found guilty on to find out how much time he's really going to get. But I do think he is going to prison. There's no way he can't be going to prison.
well, we agree on that. He is
Mhm.
certainly he certainly dug a nice hole for himself. But again, a trial is going to bring out some other things, and I want to hear the story. I want to hear again the tale, his defense. Will he testify? Will he just sit there and do what he does?
If Nesto
Will
testifies, he may as well just go ahead and pack up his bunk. Nesto is not, he's not going to do a good job. He's too emotional and he's illiterate. And you know, when illiterate people are backed into a corner, he's going to get upset because he's not able to use his words to be able to really, and he's a liar. I would love for him to testify.
Maybe I will get to see some of this Nesto magic that he's been using on all these women out here to be able to get them to give
the magic he
their
uses on the
money.
ladies isn't going to work on you. I don't think it's not going to work on
the jury,
you.
the money,
Yes.
the car, the booty, all of it. Give me everything you got.
I don't see it. I think he's gonna. I think the women on the jury will really be disgusted because everybody knows somebody who's been done wrong. Whether it's a friend, a sister, somebody, they're going to be able to relate to many of these different things from a money standpoint, a relationship deception standpoint. For the men, I think a lot of men don't have respect for a man like him, especially ones that work hard. Whether you are a professional or you're a laborer, it really doesn't matter. I think that he's not high on the list of respect given by most functional adults because he's flying by the seat of his pants. He's also cheating a lot of people, and a lot of people know someone who's been hurt in some sort of a deception. He's a deceptive person.
That is true, but I swear to you, he's not a very good one, and I still don't.
But that doesn't mean that he gets a slide. Just because he's not good at look, I agree with you. He's not good at what he does because guess what? He's on.
And he's had a moderate degree of success at it. But I honestly believe it's because of his proximity to. It was his proximity to Mrs. Strawberry and Steve Harvey's show. I think that's what really gave him what he needed to do what he was doing.
Absolutely.
Other than that, he wouldn't have been able to do that.
Well, and it's also the body of his work now. He messed around with the wrong person. She's visible and she has a fierce circle of A players. And we really don't know who's out here advocating for her, but clearly it was a problem for him to have messed around with her. And then when you look at the shenanigans that he's been involved with that have not been able to be prosecuted, it's a mess. It's been a mess. And it's a shame that the average woman or the average man that's been cheated by Nesto can't get justice until he deals with the wrong celebrity or somebody with some access to major celebrities that it's like now you know, he's done. We just got to go ahead. We have 50 cases now. Let's just go ahead and we've
Well,
let
that
you enough.
yeah, that is that again. Everything you say is accurate. But again, you have to have the I yeah he will he do some time. I'm pretty confident that he will. But I just want to hear the defense, and if what
No, the defense is going to be hilarious.
and it will be hilarious. And
Oh my
if
God, the
it's
defense
anything
is
of what
going to
I've been
be.
hearing, it's not going to be very good. And I don't. But I've been waiting for this defense. I've been waiting to hear from his attorney what his defense actually is.
Tony, you have a question? I didn't drop the link. Hold on a second. Tony, someone has a question. Let's
Sure.
see. Hold on one second. Okay. Let's see. If he gets up there, he can play with his stupidity. I don't think Nesto gets up there and testify. It's gonna be a mess. It's gonna be a mess. It's not gonna be. That man can barely. Well, I don't want to say too much, and he's gonna lie. We don't know who he's talked to in the jail. He's been there for 3 years.
Yeah.
We don't know who he's been talking to about his case.
Mm-hmm.
Hello? Y'all,
Yeah.
did y'all see Donna write down stuff in a book for somebody? He's been sharing phones. He's been calling out on people's pins. I mean, we don't know who he has talked to. We don't know if there will be any jailhouse informants. If you guys, okay, Gia, hold on, because I dropped the link for Tony. So let's give Tony a chance to call in.
If I could
All
give
right,
him any,
Gia, hold on.
If I could give Mr. Williams anything, I'd give him an hour's access to YouTube to hear what's been going on.
Who? Nesto?
Yes.
He's not going to talk.
No. I said an hour. No, I didn't say talk. Just and to be able to hear what's been happening because he can't hear
be a bird, be a fly on the wall in the pod.
Just for an hour to hear what information's been passed
around. You. I would, yeah.
I would,
Tony. Hey, boo.
Hi, friend.
Hey, how are you, hon?
I'm fine.
You have a question for Joey or me?
No, I had no question. I was just listening, but I think we had covered all of this like 3 years ago. Like, we already knew this was going to happen. He did. I don't know why he thought it wasn't.
Who?
Joey? I don't know why. No, not Joey.
Nesto. Got it.
Yeah. But I think from the first call, I don't know the first call that I called in. If y'all could put it in the chat, I'll go back and look at it earlier. I think we answered all these questions. I think we did.
When? The last time we called in?
I don't know if it was the last time. It may have been the first time, but I believe that what's the lady name? Erica was they were working together because they both had the same. She probably worked males, he probably worked females. He's recruiting. They was working together. I think everybody in this situation knew about the situation. Including Shirley.
That's very astute of you. I think you're right. I think they did break it down like that. Yeah.
Because she did not even at no one point did she, when he was talking about her daughter or her friends, did she stop him and correct him. It wasn't until he said, what did he say? Everything's gonna be on me or whatever. I don't remember verbatim what he said. But that's when she had a problem. Like right after that, she wanted this thing to be over. I'm tired of jail and the phone calls. Because the first time he would have called me Colette we would have broke up then. I would have had to dip. If you didn't leave no money in the house, it's money inside the jail and you can't get. Nah, I'm out. I gotta go. I gotta go. I believe she knew about the cause because he was probably going to wash the titles or whatever because that's what he did. I believe everybody in this scheme knew.
Yeah.
And probably the one that didn't was the one he got the most money from, but he used his wife as an excuse because, yeah, you know I'm married. Oh, you knew I was married. I told you I was married. That was his get out of jail free card.
Yeah.
Let me just answer this question real quick. DMV Scorpion wanted to know if Tony is from Maryland, and you already know when she said
First of all, you said DMV, so that's you. Hey, don't do that. It's DC, Maryland, and Virginia.
No, our friend in the chat is named DMV Scorpion. She wanted to know if you were from where'd she?
I'm from DC. I'm from DC.
Oh, she said DMV. Okay, so DCM.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, when I heard you say Maryland, I already knew. I was like, "Come on now, we just needed to listen to her talk a little bit, and she was gonna let it out." That's those M's or something. It's something in those M's that you can tell a Maryland person right away.
See, Tony's thinking the way I'm thinking. You know, Shirley knew this was going on.
But you know, from the beginning, Joy, when me and you agreed, everybody was like, "No, you can't blame the victims," and that's not. Everybody's not a victim. People do get tired when they paying bills and stuff, so they be looking for a quick out. Now, that quick out always don't pan out, and at the end of the day, you may get left with the bag.
Yeah, I agree with you. I agree.
Tony, let me go ahead.
Yes,
There's two other people that have a question. You got anything else for Joey or for Bougie Gang? Real quick?
No, man.
Okay, well, thank you so much for calling, hon. We love you.
All right, thank you.
Take care. Bye-bye. Okay, Gia, you got a question, hon? Gia.
Hi,
Okay,
sorry about that.
okay.
Just a
Hey, Gia.
statement. Hi, and thank you for bringing me up.
Of
But
course.
I just wanted to say that obviously um, this really set the stage for any trial that he would have, because what it showed was that he's a scam artist and that he forged his signature. So on all these other cases, that's the premise of most of these other cases. Now you've laid the track work. He's done it before. He's done it to his own wife. So it's just making it easier to prove. And then when and I wonder if it's Nesto that's lying to his attorney or if it's Sonia that's lying to his attorney. But from the questions, and I wish I took notes because I was listening today on Pam's channel, but from the questions that he was asking Shirley, Nesto's attorney, you could tell that he didn't know the answer, or he didn't know the right answer. He thought he had the answer, but he didn't, because he wouldn't ask her things like, um, he would have asked questions that would have led him to the answer that he was trying to get to. All of the questions that he asked her only proved Hoover's case. It didn't prove his case. So he basically was standing there with egg on his face asking her, well, did you know, if he can't prove that she knew at the time that she wasn't, that Shirley wasn't the one who signed the actual paperwork, then why would you ask her that? Ask her something that's going to prove your case instead of something that's going to have you standing there with egg on your face. And as I said, I would really should have taken notes, or I would need to take notes to point out exactly what he asked her that clearly he didn't know the answer to. But obviously he didn't. So somebody's lying to him, thinking that he knows the answers to the questions that he's asking, and he doesn't. So then all he does is make himself look stupid, and clearly he doesn't know. And so if they continue to lie to him and not tell him the truth about what's really going on, then he's just going to continue to ask questions that's only
Nesto's
going to
lying to his lawyer. He's lying to his lawyer because Sean
in
asked Shirley questions like, well, whose account was the car being paid on? Was it on your account? Now, she said there was an account that
That
I
was one
guess
of
he
them.
had
Thank
access to, and then she had a personal account. At the end of the day, Shirley was paying those bills. Shirley's check was paying for the bills, and Nesto was paying things out of an account that she was funding. She wasn't really aware of what he was paying because she didn't care. I guess as long as things got paid, it didn't matter. But eventually she started paying out of her own personal account because He had already told her that the car was, number one, paid off. She didn't realize that he'd purchased the car in his name. She wasn't paying attention.
And
So
see,
whether
that was the
someone can
question.
believe that or not, they're going to have to prove that that's not true. But
Yep,
what
and that was
Nesto and Sonia are doing are giving Hoover the wrong information based
yes.
on Nesto saying none of that's true. She's
hmm
lying.
So then he asked the wrong questions, and that would have been the question to ask if she really was funding the account. It would have been, were you funding the account, not were were you paid, was the money coming out of your account? Because then you look stupid when she says no, it wasn't. So what did you ask her the question for? You're supposed to know these answers before you're asking her questions.
Hoover doesn't seem to have, and I'm just going to say it. I know he's an attorney, but that doesn't necessarily mean he doesn't have a good basic fiscal knowledge. He doesn't have basic financing, and I mean basic financing of just the knowledge of personally buying a vehicle. Maybe he doesn't necessarily manage financial crimes too much. Maybe he's used to different litigation, so maybe his depth of knowledge in finance, because this is dipping in white collar crime, but kind of petty white collar crime, and he doesn't seem to have a good basic knowledge of certain things, because he's like, well, why wouldn't you call the company and just tell them you don't want the car, tell them to take it back? And he's not even factoring in, well, who wants to jeopardize their credit? This woman was operating as a wife, paying a car note for a man that she thought would be coming home since 2022. So she wasn't going to immediately get rid of the car. Plus, her credit was challenged. So she wanted to have a good credit line. He's not even thinking those things. You don't even hear those things factoring in. So it's weird to me. And to me, I just kind of realized, like, okay, so what? He's a lawyer. He doesn't seem to know anything about basic finance.
You know,
He,
there's a
But
point.
so
There's a part of me.
we're both laymen and we can figure this out. There's no way that he can't
well, if
figure this
you
out
bought a
unless
car, if you
unless
purchased
he
some
was given
things, you would
all
know. He just doesn't seem to have that depth of knowledge, even from experience.
wrong information and you're asking all the wrong questions and getting all
Right.
the wrong answers to help prove your case.
So I feel like that's a great point. It does sound like he's lying to his lawyer still.
Yeah, and if his lawyer had any sense, he would say, let's not go in there with this, unless he really thought that he could win the case. Because, like I said, it's only laying the groundwork for showing that you scammed this lady, you forged her signature, and that's the basis of most of these cases that they brought against
Hmm.
you. So now it's already proven. You did it once and you did it to your own wife. So now why would anybody think that you didn't do it to these other women?
Joey.
He
You
basically
know,
was found guilty. Basically, he was found guilty.
that
He
that
was
that
found
I,
guilty of doing it to Shirley, and now he's has to somehow prove that he's not guilty of doing it to all these other people.
I would agree that Sean, Mr. Hoover did not ask questions again that you and I would have asked, and I don't know whether or not he didn't ask because if you ask those questions, it would only clarify Mr. Williams' culpability in this even more. So I think he just went in and just kind of pounded the table and left it alone. Because I would have
But
asked,
that's exactly what it did. It proved his culpability of doing it to Shirley, and so why would we think that he wouldn't do it to these other women that he doesn't know and that he's not married to, or that he is just having affairs with that he's not married to?
Mm. Joey.
yes. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. The issue is, you're right, but I think the defense is trying to not
Get him in deeper trouble.
deeper trouble to
Further
validate
investigation.
right what the prosecution has said.
Mm-hmm.
But that can't be the case unless he doesn't know he's lying to him. Because if he lets him come into court and he knows that it's going to be proven easily that he forged these documents, that he used her identity, and then they're going to prove you guilty of doing so, and then you're going to be in court with the same exact accusation and the same exact charges, why on earth would he go in there and do that? He would say, you might as well just let everything that's in the truck be brought into evidence, or else we're coming into the case with a guilty charge, with a guilty verdict, because that's basically what the judge said. He said, you're guilty of doing these things. You're guilty of forgery. You're guilty of stealing her identity. That's basically, he proved him
Right.
guilty.
To accept those arguments, he had to concede
if
that those things were true. So that's why I'm saying he's going to prison. He's
if
he's
this were
prison.
if that was an actual trial, he would be found guilty.
I got Tony backstage. Tony, hold on one second, okay? A different Tony. Gia, what else do you have for us?
That really was all that I had. It'll be
Great
interesting
point.
to see how it plays out, and I can't wait until that they bring these things back up, because I can't imagine that Hoover's not going to bring these things back up and say, oh, well, you already found guilty. Remember, he did it to Shirley Strawberry, and now we're here looking at the same thing with Melanie Gretchen or whoever these other women are that are claiming the same exact thing. And the only other thing that I wanted to say, I thought before when Joey was talking that people would say, oh, well, he gave them the money. There's no juror that's going to say he just handed over. Didn't that lady hand over $200,000? The real estate lady?
Yes.
So there's no juror that's going to say that, well, he gave her the $200,000 and she really wanted him to have it without thinking that it was some type of scam. That just doesn't stand to reason. If it was $5,000 or something similar, then maybe
what was your question? Did he
Joey
make her
saying,
give him the $200,000?
No, I'm sorry. Joey was saying that a juror might say, well, these women just handed the money over to him, so that's why he's not guilty. But I'm saying that the amount of money is what makes it egregious, where you have to say, oh no, he wasn't just handing these people weren't just handing money over to him.
But I'm not, again, my statement doesn't refer, I'm not talking about victim per se. I'm more or less talking about scratching, just kind of, he's demonstrated multiple times that he's just taking your money, but you continue to give him money. So, and again, everyone's different. There are people out here, believe it or not, that will say, you gave him this money. You play the game, you take your chances.
Yeah, it is kind of like gambling, because when you put $100 down and you lose it, and then you put another $100 down, it's because you're trying to recoup your money. It's not because you want to lose your money. You're trying to recoup what you already lost.
Yes, but there's a chance that you can recoup your money. In these cases, they were paying him to do things that he never did. So if you pay me $1,000 to do something and I don't do it, and then you pay me another $500 to do something and I don't do that, why would you keep giving me money to do things when I don't do it?
Gee, I'm going to drop you down. Okay, hun?
Okay. Thanks for bringing me up. Have a good one.
You're welcome. Have a good weekend. Bye-bye. That's a great point. But he's probably still making promises of doing so. There's a Tony, I'm going to say Tony MC. Tony, I need for you, they will need to connect. You need to connect your microphone, Tony. Tony MC, you need to connect your mic. Your mic is not connected, so I can't bring you up until you do that. So what do you say to that? So, like you said, Melody Scretchen kept giving him money, but that was also a romance scam. They were sleeping together.
They were all romance scams. That's a romance scam.
Well, he wasn't romance scamming Melvin Stokes. He wasn't romance scamming what was his name? There was a couple of men on there. I don't know that he was romance scamming them. You know what I'm saying? He was finessing them.
He was finessing them. The motorcycle, the ladies with the motorcycle, we don't know all the details of that. There's something kind of strange about that. He helped her buy the motorcycle, then took. I mean, there's some weird things going on with that. I'm convinced that pretty much any female
is Melvin Stokes. Yeah. King Mozzie is Melvin Stokes, guys. That's Melvin. That's Melvin.
Right. I'm convinced that that any female he was dealing with, he was sleeping with. That's kind of his modus.
Mhm.
He doesn't. He said it. He doesn't really trust people he's not sleeping with. So I think that that's part of what he does.
Mhm.
The scamming the veteran out of his money, which I think is horrible to do.
Calvin
Yeah,
Coffin.
I'm coughing, which I
Mhm.
think is reprehensible. So the
What
he's
do you
not a
think was what was the reason for them the Mark Crawl location? It was in proximity to Erica's rental, but they were both scamming. Were they trying to do you think this was a COVID scam? Were they trying to COVID scam two houses in close proximity for some sort of damn for what? I have no idea, but I mean, maybe
I
she was living there. He was clearly not living at the other house, had some things in there, but it
I
wasn't that
think he
he.
I
Go
think he
ahead.
needed a place to store all his ill-gotten booty, ill-gotten gain. He needed a place to
Hmm.
put it, and I'm
Hmm.
not so sure he wouldn't have moved Shirley into that house at some point in time had he had the time to do
I
it.
think he was trying to. I think he was.
So
I think that was the next plan. That was him securing another place because they just came off of an eviction. They weren't going to get another significant rental. Also during COVID, COVID was just ending at that moment. But the COVID um restrictions were still like the COVID allowances, I guess, were still there. So if you
right.
had COVID and they couldn't, the evictions, the moratorium on evictions and things like that.
The other
I don't know if
issue
they were.
is,
Mhm.
did Shirley execute that that rent moratorium paperwork to get out of paying rent,
I
or
would
did
think
or
that
did
that
he
was.
forge or did he forge that as well?
I would look. I would think he forged it or had or someone signed it. Number one, it stipulates on the form the criteria for approval. She far exceeded salary wise what like it was maybe 150,000 or $200,000. Her salary far exceeded that. So it I wouldn't say it doesn't matter that they did that it was forged or whether she signed it or not. The document was filed knowing that you wouldn't be. So there's another scam right there because on the document and she's submitting whoever submitted these paycheck stubs, her salary exceeded the max.
Yeah,
So why are you filling out paperwork for something you know you don't qualify for? Not
I
to
think he,
mention his name wasn't even on the lease. The lease only had Shirley's name on it, partially, I think, because he was a felon.
yeah, I don't know if I mean there's several things I've seen that really trouble me. There's again about this lease thing. I don't know whether he filed a lease. You file it, which allows you to not pay your not pay your mortgage while it's being processed. Um, so because he kind of played that game too,
The
filing
bankruptcies?
bankruptcies.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you it kind of
Mhm.
stops things for a while. There's also an interesting picture I noticed, which I don't think anybody ever caught. There's a picture of him and Shirley in the car, and they're wearing Georgia I voted stickers,
Yeah.
but he
He's a
can't vote.
felon. He didn't vote. Yeah. Posing.
You can't.
Posing.
So the level of the level what I mean, you're at in this era of the voter stuff. Why would you even do something like that?
It's the same thing as them giving a 10-year-old and I voted. He went to the student desk and did a kid ballot or something. I don't
Really,
know. I'm just saying like
he did a
he
kid
didn't
ballot.
vote.
We know he didn't, but he's taking the. But again, he's presenting as he did.
He's a scammer. Yeah, and it fits the social media
Correct,
footprint for Shirley.
correct. So that says a lot about him right there. That you would actually you're presenting yourself in lights and ways that that clearly are not true. Um, it's very, very interesting with him. All right.
I mean, Sonia says she voted, but I mean, I could see her petitioning to get her rights back to vote before I see Nesto. Nesto couldn't even see his way to go get a divorce. I don't see him like, oh, you know what? I need to go fill out my petition to get my rights back.
Well, he actually stated that he actually said in the call that he couldn't vote.
I know that, but I'm saying
Yeah.
though, I don't see him, considering he never even went to get a divorce. I don't
No.
see him doing something like that because he's lazy. But yeah, no, I remember him saying that he could not vote. Yeah.
Yeah, that's not important to him. So there's no money in that. So no.
The Pine Grove Road address was listed on his arrest documents. On a few of them, yeah. Wasn't the PGR address listed on Nesto's arrest records prior to him marrying Shirley? It appeared once upon a time, but I don't know what the connection is with Pine Grove Road prior to Shirley. Like, we don't really know a whole lot about that. If you know, like, I don't know. I did see that there was a case that he had a long time ago and it used that address. Now, is that something that defaults, like when they identify a name and a birthday and a social? Is that something that reverts to your current information in Odyssey? I'm not really sure. So I wouldn't take it as that we know for sure he had an association with Pine Grove Road prior to Shirley, because if Odyssey is able to identify you by a birth date and let's say a social or something, and that just automatically populates with your most current information, like, we don't know that if it stays at that moment in time that was your address, or does it populate with whatever's most current? Do you have any knowledge of that, sir?
I do not.
Does
I don't.
Odyssey populate the
Yeah.
most current information if somebody has multiple jackets in the system? Will it update historically with new information as you're getting arrested again and again and again?
I think you have to update it as you go.
So the new case, new information. Old
New
case,
information.
oh, they lived at such and such at that time. So it captures, it stays.
Right.
Yes. So I don't know. I don't know what the history was prior to Shirley, but yeah, there was some reference to that. But I never really, I don't know for sure what Odyssey does and what it doesn't do.
Well,
So
I'm sure it's
not sure if that means anything.
tie into it. It's going to tie into existing databases. So a name is going to tie into DMV records. All that, it's going to do that. So, but that still has to be validated and verified, because you could easily have moved by then.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Okay, well, Joey, we wanted to pick your brain. They ask about you all the time. You're the most controversial caller.
I don't understand. I don't understand why.
I just like to call it Joey's unpopular opinion, and that's okay. Okay, because I'm sure I've had an unpopular opinion or two.
I won't lose any sleep. Trust me.
We looked it up as well. And according to the voting records, she voted in Fulton County, which is not where she was residing. She said she was residing in Cobb County, and somehow Sonia voted in Fulton County. So make it make sense. Little voter fraud there for you, but hey, I'm not a snitch. I'm going to talk about it. But yeah, we talked about that back in some months ago. I wouldn't put it past Nesto to ask one of the poll workers for a sticker. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh,
absolutely.
Yeah, there's no doubt. There's no doubt he did that, and and you're taking pictures with it. Again, it's just presenting a image of something that is just not true. There's giving yourself an air of legitimacy that is just not. Again, that you can use to kind of hustle someone later on down the line. Very, very, very troubling that he would do that to me.
Are you a defense advocate?
I am a defense advocate. I do believe
really?
I believe that everyone, because the the justice system is a very powerful system, and once you're in it, it is extremely heavy, and we got to protect the innocent. It's not about the guilty; it's the innocent.
Do you believe in the statement, the harvest of the seeds you planted? What about that?
I don't. I kind of believe in that, but I kind of don't believe in that.
If you're out there doing dirt, don't you expect to get dirty, or you expect to stay clean?
I think people that are out there doing dirt I think people out there doing dirt fully expect to get dirty, but they have decided that that's just part of the game, and they just continue to do what they do. Now, the longer you're out there doing dirt, sometimes people forget that there is a possibility that you will get kind of caught in your actions. But that's how it works. And Mr. Williams is a good example. You get caught up, you're professing your innocence, the entire time. So as far as we are concerned, as far as I'm concerned, he is still an innocent man. He is innocent. He's confessed his innocence. He's maintained his innocence, and we haven't gone to court yet to prove otherwise. Although
we have gone to court, and we have proven that you did not own the car.
Fran,
you didn't own the car.
Although we have,
he must have quit. Okay.
Although we have seen some very compelling evidence.
Look, if I'm going to just say this, if you as a defense advocate, if the expectation is fair treatment, as a person who's an advocate for people to be able to enjoy a certain quality of life, whether they're stupid, unsuspecting, vulnerable, whatever, then they should be able to get that same fair treatment. And if there's someone out here not playing fair, the fact that they feel entitled to something over and above because you decide to finesse people, now we need to roll out the carpet for you when someone was just living their life and dealing with you a certain way, and you use them, you betrayed them, you finessed them, you bamboozled them, you lied to them, but you want the red carpet of fairness and all of these things, but I never asked you to cheat me. When you told me you were going to pay me back and you did not, I was trusting you as a friend. That's not right. So the fact that he's sitting in jail for 3 years, a lot of people don't really care because they feel like he's where he's at because he put himself there. Had you not dealt with these people the way you dealt with them, you would not be there right now. You would be out finessing on the streets, not being caught. But you messed up, you got sloppy, you got whatever, and you're where you need to be.
And my other self, I don't disagree with that. But again, we have a process. Let's get on with let's do our process. And
yes, we have a process of which it's not looking good, and we haven't even got to court yet. We haven't even started selecting a jury.
But that is even right, because the other issue is we've only seen one side. We've only seen the prosecution stuff. We have not seen the defense.
We've seen the back door of the defense, and the back door of the defense is a fucking shit show.
From who?
Phone calls from prison.
No,
from
we've never heard. We've heard Sonia. We've never heard from Mr. Williams. We've never heard what
Mr. Williams has said. I don't know them folks. I don't. Thank you.
That's not a defense.
That's his defense.
Well, if that's his defense, which I don't believe it is, but if it is,
let me tell you something. If his defense is Melody Scretchen um opened the door every time. Melody Scretchen knew he was married and she got on the bus and this happened and that happened. And she allowed him to come over at 4 o'clock in the morning and this, that, and the third. And she kept, and if his defense is, so and so did this and so did that, and she kept handing, and it was one bad deal after another deal. And didn't you think after the first time he didn't sign over the coach to you that it was a good idea? Like, if he's going to come in and blame from a teacher to a real estate person to just the man on the street who's doing his business, the man Melvin Stokes, or the people at these dealerships, the veteran, if Hoover's defense is going to come and try to make people feel stupid because they believed someone who said that they were believable and credible and had people standing up and saying, oh yeah, he's a legit businessman, dude. And I mean, I don't think that's going to be a good defense. We've seen Hoover in action blaming victims and it didn't go over well. We just saw him do that in a RICO case. He came out guns blazing, accusing victims, being very aggressive, being very negative, and it backfired because everybody got life without parole.
Well, that is true, but
That's
you
your
also
defense. Go for it.
you also had the victims that spoke as well. Again, we don't know what his defense is. So until we hear his defense, then we will
I know
know.
his defense. You want me to tell you what his defense is?
You think you know his defense.
I know his defense. You want me to tell you what it is?
What is it? What is his defense?
I don't know them folks.
That's not a well. Again, that's a shaggy defense. It wasn't me.
Someone in
And
the
then
chat said being nasty. That's his defense.
you know, as far as I'm concerned, we haven't heard his defense, and I'm waiting for the day so I can hear that. I want to hear his defense. What is it? What did you say you didn't know the folks, even though I think he's mentioned Melody Scretchen's name on the phone calls. So,
Mhm.
I want to hear defense. It could be they
You
gave
know
me
what
the
his
money.
defense is? Black people don't know how to do business. Let me give you another defense. Black people don't know how to do business. They're not trusting. The minute they give you money, they want their money back. This is what he said on the calls. That's what he said that too. Sonia said it, but he said it as well. And they have text messages where he's telling Gail Bickham to be blessed and oh well and all kinds of stuff. Like, it's going to be a shit show. It's going to be a
Okay,
blank victim defense.
that is a defense. Defense is they made investments. I haven't had a chance to pay them back, or the investments failed. It's an investment. So
Mm.
the next logic would be, so let me see where are the contracts? Well,
Mm. It's going
uh,
to be a Jennifer Williams and CG defense. I see. Okay.
yeah. So
Well,
you never know what the defense is going to be.
Okay.
He has said the reason Melanie Scretchen is after me was because the reason she's called the police is because I'm locked up. If I was out, this wouldn't have happened.
Wow.
Now, what does that mean? Does that mean you would have given her money? Does that mean you would have returned her car? Does that mean you would have went over and, with your bag of tricks, bought you a little more time? We don't know.
Well, he said, she reported the car stolen, but little did she know that he had already sold the car when she reported it stolen. But why didn't you ever give her the money to transact the bill of sale? So
because I'm in
that's
jail. Because I was locked up and I couldn't give her the money.
We don't know when that happened, though. We don't know when that happened. Like, the dates have to align. Vicky, you got a question?
I
Hi,
do.
Vicky.
Joey, have you read like the little drop of evidence that Wooten gave us? The 270 some odd pages of evidence as far as the text messages go.
Yes, I've read. Again, I'm being an advocate. I'm being an advocate. Don't I'm trying to be, let's play system. Let's play the system here.
Okay.
So I'm playing defense here. You know, there's an old law term that goes, when the law is against you, you pound the table with facts. When the facts are against you, you pound the table with law. And when the law and the facts are against you, you just pound the table. So a lot of this is just kind of going to be, in my mind, a lot of pounding the table, because some of this is kind of overwhelming. It's kind of to me, as far as I'm concerned.
Because he was committing, allegedly, a lot of crimes.
Yeah,
I
of
mean,
course. There's so much there that even if you're able to pick off one or two things, there's still quite a bit there. So I mean, that's just how I see it. But I just want to hear defense. I want to hear what Hoover's going to bring, what he's going to say. What is the defense?
blame the victim.
That's a defense. Will that
All
work
of
on a
them?
jury? Will that work on a jury? Will that work
No.
on you?
No.
No.
Most
So-
reasonable people, I don't care what walk of life you're from, if you're a professional, if you are entrepreneur, small business owner, large corporate executive, stay-at-home mom, stay-at-home dad, 18-year-old first time voting, just got, picked for a jury. I think everybody is aware, whether you watch reality shows or you've lived long enough to know when someone got scammed, flim-flam, cheated out of some money, anything. And when they start to run down the list of what this man is being accused of, it's not going to go well, especially if the person that he's accused of doing these things with has already copped a plea and accepted 19
Everything.
felonies. And they tabled some just because. So that's what she took. We don't even know what they didn't bother to prosecute, holding in the wings, unless if she doesn't cooperate. She's got just as many felonies as he does. So
what
there's
I
a
know-
lot there. It doesn't look good for him.
Basically being a serial bigamist with a wife who really wasn't a wife, testifying against you on stand that you are a complete fraud does not.
What do you mean a
go
wife
down
who
good.
wasn't being a wife? Can you?
Who wasn't really a wife.
Wasn't really a wife.
Who wasn't really in? It was a fraudulent marriage.
Fraudulent
Right.
marriage.
Okay, because she had to deal with this dude. We giving her, she thought she was his wife.
That doesn't bode well.
Okay, I got you.
That doesn't bode well for any potential jury. No matter how hard, even though people are going to take a hard look at everyone there, there's just so much there that he's not going to be able to weasel.
Fooled. She didn't know she was one of many.
Well, that's not the issue. The issue for me is he had been arrested multiple times during the marriage.
She was trying to give him a second chance.
Okay. He already had a second chance when he married you in the first place, because he was a convict
Look,
then.
It's really not her fault. At the end of the day, she made a choice, and it was a bad choice.
Right.
She didn't select a good husband. Next question. You know what I mean? You're not going to drag me for marrying the wrong dude. Trust me. You know what I'm saying? I think she has been, she's gotten her just due over that. You know what I mean? She's been dragged by everybody for making a bad choice.
Yeah. So that won't hold well with a jury. So she comes out and says, he did all these things to you. He did these same things to me, and I'm supposedly was his wife. He did it to me. So if he did it to me, he'll certainly do it to you.
And I do have when I asked the question earlier about, like, do you think that Sonia turned over something that could incriminate Nesto? She's been so adamant and pushy about giving over information, like these emails, these magical emails that prove that Shirley was in the know of the purchase of the truck. And his defense is no longer conversing with her, but she sent something to the prosecutors, and the prosecutor has admitted evidence in that says that has her name on it. So you really don't think that they're going to use anything that she has sent them?
I don't know.
Yeah, we
We
don't
don't
really
know.
know what the
Mm,
case is
Do we
yet.
know?
We gotta wait to hear till they lay out the case. Um,
okay, that's it. Thank you guys.
okay. Thank you,
Are
Vicky.
you
Take
welcome?
care, hon. Okay. Someone said, how could Nesto have been offered a deal? I don't know, sis. Blabbermouth, let me just preface it if it's going through the chat. Blabbermouth said in a call with Sonia that back in the time when Hannah was still around, so let's just go back in time, maybe a year and a half ago, that there was some sort of a deal that he was offered. I can't qualify it, validate it, none of it. I was just speaking in if there was a deal and he turned it down, he was a fool. That's it. That's it. That's, you know what I'm saying? That's all I know about it. As far as how could there, I don't, you know what I mean? I'm just going based off of the story that was told in a video that we were watching, that a blogger named Blabbermouth said that, but I can't substantiate it. I don't even know that it's true. We were just operating in the realm of the ridiculous. And if he had been offered, had he turned it down, he was a fool at this point, because the cases just keep coming. And if he had been offered something, he would have been a dummy to have not taken it.
I
But
agree with
no,
you.
yeah,
And
that's
so
it.
for the bougie gang out there, I see the comments.
They
I
say
am
you
not.
wore them out today.
Yeah, I am not an apologist for Mr. Williams. I am
Oh,
just. I
that's your
am
new
just.
title? It's
Yeah, I'm not. I'm not his defense attorney. I am just saying we have to hear his defense, which and again, Francois, you could be right. It could be, I don't know them folks. Wasn't me. It was somebody else. It was all Erica that did it. I'm an innocent. I just was following orders. It just, those people knew, they knew what I was, but they let me do it anyway. So any of that. But I just want to hear what he could have.
his I
He
don't think
could
he's
have
got a
some.
defense. I don't think he's
Well,
gonna even put on a defense. I think this is just my prediction. I think that they're gonna let the state put on a case. They're gonna try their case through cross examination, and they're not going to put on a defense because there is no damn defense. Um, Hoover is going to get up there and he's going to take Will Wooten's opening statement and say they don't have any proof. And if they don't prove it, we need for you to acquit Mr. Williams and send him home. He's been in jail for 3 years and he would like to get home to whatever he's calling home at this point, which is an RV with a woman who's been waiting for Shirley Strawberry's leftovers. Boom.
well,
That's the defense.
that's not a defense, and he has to present. That is malpractice for a lawyer to do that.
I'm not a
So
lawyer.
that
I'm not a lawyer. And
that
I'm
would be
not pretending
malpractice.
to be. But I'm just
Uh,
saying that he is going to try his case through cross-examination of the prosecution's case in chief. I think he's going to try to be very rigorous in the questioning to create reasonable doubt. And when it's time to give a defense, they're going to rest. Earnest cannot
well,
get up there and testify. He is a complete fool.
I,
What is he
I,
going to say?
I believe his defense will be a combination of. I hate to say it, but they willingly gave me this money,
Man,
and they we had business. They were making investments in my enterprises, and they just, some of them failed, and some of them, and they and because I got put in, because they weren't patient, they called the police on me and put me in, and I got locked up in jail. Now, that's not going to explain away why you didn't pay rent on the house and why you forged things. He's going to say that the forgeries were not forgeries, but that people knew that those didn't come from him. For example, the checks he wrote to the Dodge dealership, his defense is he didn't write the checks. That's his defense that I've seen so far. I didn't write those checks. Somebody else wrote those checks. You know, he was very careful not to put his, but there's several bad checks that he's written. He's been writing bad checks up and down the Tennessee, I mean, all around the place.
Okay, so he has a history of uttering fraudulent checks.
He does, a lot of utterance. So he's, and contrary to popular belief from a certain person, that's not civil. So, because they can put you in jail for it, just like they can put you in jail for not paying child support. I think that's kind of civil too, isn't it? But you can certainly go to jail if you don't do it.
Criminal. Yeah.
Correct. Can be criminal. So that's where Sonia.
I mean, wrongful death is civil. Murder or manslaughter is criminal.
It's criminal.
Civil and criminal. So you can sue someone for, you can sue someone for being criminally negligent. I mean, not criminally. It can be criminal for criminal negligence, and then you can civilly take them to court.
To court, correct. So that's what Sonia
the
really
Goldmans
doesn't
did that.
Yeah, Sonia doesn't really understand that. That's what she doesn't.
She doesn't want to understand. Sonia has blinders on for that man. He did something to her in a bedroom or on an RV somewhere, and she lost her mind. And she's bonkers. The chick is ridiculous.
Well, that's just unfortunate.
He did something to her that she'd never had done before, and she has been trailing him ever since. She's been like COVID. She's like Auntie Rona. She won't go away.
Well, I don't know what he did. Maybe, again, I don't know what's going on with her emotionally, but yeah, something's there. Something's going on.
She's whooped.
Anyway,
that's what they call it.
Is that what they call it?
That's what they call it. She's whooped. Nesto got the whoop appeal.
That's pretty bad. That's a pretty bad case.
You never know. There could be worse out there. I think she's whipped. So they say Sonia's a sociopath. Okay, Joey, anything else? What are we going to see in the next 2 months? Do you think there's going to be any other filings going on? We're waiting for Judge Dunaway to make another decision. What about the demurs? What about the motion in limine? Are we going to start to see some decisions on the other things? Because that's not the only pending motion. Let's be clear, guys. There's other motions pending.
I think
supporting. Thank you.
I think in November, the beginning of this, they'll start chipping away at all that stuff. Because they got to get this moving. So I think December we're going to start chipping away at this and getting the ball down the road. My question is going to be whether it's going to be a jury or a bench trial. That's the big question for me.
He better not think that it's a good idea to have Judge Dunaway rule for him. It's going to be Judge Dunaway. I don't see being favorable to him at all. I don't see it. There's not most respectable men do not have any respect for a man like Nesto. I'm sorry. And if he has to be the judge, and he goes by the law, if Nesto broke the law, bent the law, he's going to prison. He would never select the judge. If they select the judge, I'm going to start to think Hoover is over there as an op. He's some sort of op because he's from what I've seen, he needs to get a jury. But I think even with a jury, no one has any respect for a man like Nesto.
No, that is true, but he's gonna. Yeah, that's the decisions that I'm looking at, jury or bench. If he gets some sort of deal or not, they may or a partial deal or not, and they will go from there. Those are the big ones I'm seeing,
Mm.
and I'd like to get this thing on the road
Did we lose your
for the.
audio? Okay.
No, I'm still here. Can you hear me? I'd like to get this thing on the road before the end of the end of the.
The end of the century, my God.
They're really dragging this
Someone's
out.
saying no deal. I don't know what their practice is of offering things, but mm.
Get it out.
Okay. Well, it was been nice talking to you as usual. I mean, Joey's unpopular opinion always is popular. Um, I mean, say it how you mean it. It's okay. We don't all have to agree. We just all here
We don't.
together. That's it. We don't all have to agree. And we don't, right? It's okay. Someone said Joe
It is
doesn't
okay.
know anything specific. He's out in the legal field and his attempts to sound knowledgeable come off as Nesto's apologetics. Ooh, you are getting it today. You got it today. Joey, once again, another successful episode of Joey's popular opinion. We're laughing.
What did they say again?
She
Repeat that.
scared you. Joey doesn't know anything specific. He's not in the legal field, and his attempts to sound knowledgeable come off as Nesto apologetics.
Okay. Okay. Yep.
Look, everyone has a right to their opinion.
So I'm
okay.
Yeah, it's my opinion. Cyber juror, my opinion.
Oh, okay.
I just know my experience in this kind of stuff. How I handle it.
Tell us what your experience is.
I will not tell you that because I will not tell you that. I thought it's not about me, friend. It's about you. It's about Nesto.
No, it's not about me, but we're all just sharing our opinion on we love healthy debates. Yes. Look, it's good to have, let me just tell everyone here. It's good to have people of opposing opinion or differing opinions. Cuz I feel like at the end of the day if you're triggered, it's good because it makes you think about other things. Even like you know what I mean? I don't agree. I guess I'm not a defense advocate per se. But to your point, you say, well, wait till you get a family member in the system. Okay. I'll buy that argument. However, at the end of the day, this particular situation, I don't really have a lot of mercy for Nesto just because I feel like the amount of people that he is alleged to have done dirty. Everybody can't be lying. There wasn't a convergence. Girl, did Joey hang up? There was not a convergence of people who all conspired to come together to make him look bad. It's just not possible. You know what I'm saying? It's just not possible. Joey, what happened? Did your phone die? Girl, y'all done ran Joey off. Is Joey hopefully Joey's not quitting Bougie Gang, but hey, Joey, it's just another Friday chat. Love the discussion and different opinions. Y'all, did we run Joey off? Keonce, why are you laughing? Oh, that's how we learn. Yeah. I mean, it's interesting because sometimes, look, I don't have to explain to you guys. You guys already know what's up. But Joey is a friend to the show. Hopefully Joey will be back. Joey hightailed it out of here. Joey it's probably dinner time. What time is this? 5? It's 6 o'clock. Dinner's probably almost ready. Like you and Joey. You like me and Joey debates. Oh, his call dropped. Okay, very good. He hasn't quit us. Okay. Okay, but I respect the sis who she Everybody has a right to their opinion here. Nobody should feel any type of way. And I'm glad that we can have healthy conversations and nobody is feeling a type of way. Say what you know what I'm saying? Say what you mean. Don't say it mean. Okay. That's it. That's all. I respect you guys, period. And I appreciate that you guys respect me enough to be able to share your true opinions. You know what I'm saying? I think it's a beautiful thing. So I appreciate y'all very much for coming today. We didn't get to do our reaction, y'all. Okay. I don't always agree with you, Bougie or Nyla. But I do believe opposing opinions are needed for growth. Of course. Yeah. It's like just seeing something because we all have different experiences, right? And sometimes even that now I feel like I'm sounding like Jerry Springer. But sometimes it just when you think about it, it's kind of like, you know what? Okay, I see what they're saying. Or you know what? I think we're saying the same thing. We're just saying it differently because we all have different experiences, right? Um, Right. And you know what? To your point, is it Toria? He's never said he was an attorney. So we can't make him a bad guy. He's never said he's an attorney. We don't know what he does. You think Joey works for some people have accused him. Some people have asked, let's say it's been alleged, lots of things. So I think it's fun. That we don't know because again, if you or you called up, I'm not going to, you know what I mean? We can ask you 50 million different ways what you do for a living. You're not required to tell us. You know what I'm saying? Just because he's one of the men of Bougie Gang who likes to come up and talk, he doesn't have to say. He's just one of us from the chat, right? Joey works in defense, but that's important for everyone too. He's going through. Joey is a friend, so we shouldn't beat him up. Isn't this beautiful? You guys are so fun. Joey is Bougie Gang for life. Oh, oh God, do we have to? Okay, Muttley's boo. um, I think it makes it more fun, don't you, Jay Blake? I think it's like the man of mystery thing is just kind of like, I think it's cool to just give your opinion, but not that we have to accept his opinion based on his resume. He's just giving his opinion like anybody else. You know what I mean? So whether people choose to accept it or not, we're not having to accept it or reject it based on a credential. He's just calling in as somebody from the chat. You know what I'm saying? So I respect his opinion. Okay. You guys, Joey Darrell Sea Dog is in these YouTube streets. It's best to not let people know what you do for work because somebody will, girl, Attitude and Tylenol said, let me just go ahead and drop this right here. In these YouTube streets, it's best to not let the people know what you do for work. If people don't like your opinion, folks will be trying to get your lights cut off over a disagreement, baby. Okay. Does anybody else want to call in before I hang up? Because y'all, we're over into the 2-hour realm. Yeah, I mean, I didn't feel like you were victim blaming, but I think I would not be surprised if Hoover did some victim blaming. Absolutely. And Nesto's not above victim blaming either. So I don't think that you're necessarily victim blaming, but you're understanding from a man's point of view that there are some thirsty females out here that do throw money and they're, and stuff at men, but that still doesn't give him the right to do that if somebody is particularly vulnerable or just not being smart with their money because they like somebody and he's got nice teeth and he's got tricks in a bag. That doesn't give him the right to take advantage of somebody. So I can see that, if this were civil, Joey, I'm going to say to your point, if this were civil, then we would have to determine if Mr. Williams is guilty, how guilty is he? What would his level, how much would he be responsible for? And then they might say it's 50-50. So I get what you're saying, but I don't think that that's a good excuse for a criminal defense. I just think that's going to send him right to jail and he's not going to be getting out. Well, he is already in jail. It's going to send him right to prison and it's not going to be good for him once they add up all of his scores, and especially if they have him do it consecutive versus concurrent. And when that line of victims come to give their victim statements, it's not going to be pretty. Okay. Okay. All right, you guys, this was fun. Oh my God. We really have gone through it. We've been here for 2.5 hours. We didn't even get to do our call. But we were overdue for a talkie session. Did anybody else want to call in real quick? How many? We had several. We had Vicky, we had Tony, we had Gia. We had someone else named Tony who called, but their mic wasn't plugged in. Okay, Nesto, girl, he's been committing crimes for so long. And it's not, I know some of you guys don't like Nesto, period. Me personally, I just think Nesto is out of luck. Did I not drop it for YouTube? It looks like it only see it on Facebook. Hold on a second, y'all. Okay, there you go. Oh, there it was. Okay. Really? Thank you, Shay. Thank you, boo. Oh, yes, sir. Hello.
Hello.
Hey, Joey.
Yeah, we got cut off.
For
So
your
so I can say my goodbyes to the Bougie gang. Love
Okay.
all of you. I really enjoy it. And yes, I have a thick skin, but yes, I am not a Nesto apologist as much as I am just offering a different perspective.
It wasn't apology. It was apology. Well, I hear what you're saying, apologist, but yes, apologetics. I loved it. Look, it's okay.
Oh yeah, it is. Just offering a different perspective.
But Nesto is. Can you either confirm or deny? Is Nesto a client of yours? Do you have any? Is Nesto a client of yours? Are you in the bushes performing any type of services in around the capacity of the Georgia Public Defender's Office, investigators, law enforcement, any of those things? Can you confirm or deny, sir?
I according to one of the Bougie gang, I have no law enforcement experience, none of this. I am just spouting off my opinions.
Okay, and we'll leave it right there.
Yeah, none. I don't know anything at all.
Okay.
But
Somebody's calling you. Your wife is like, "Look, dinner's ready."
No, that's not the case. I think that's another call. Are you there?
I'm here.
Okay. All right. But anyway, that was that's the deal with Mr. Williams. I'm just waiting. I guess I'm a process person. I want to see the process. I'm waiting for all the facts to be on the table. That's what I'm looking for.
All right, let Janetta up real quick. Janetta wants to ask a question. Hi, Janetta. Hey, boo.
Hi everyone. Oh
Hi,
well,
Janetta.
I just wanted to make a comment. To me, Joy, you do sound like you worked in law. That analogy you gave about pounding the law and all that stuff. I've only heard lawyers say that. So to me, that was kind of like a clue that you've been around the law some kind of way. I just haven't seen non-lawyers use that phrase before. So you kind of telling on yourself a little bit, Joey.
I'll be careful about that from now on. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm picking up some clues. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm really leaning toward believing that you are actually a lawyer. I'm almost I'm really kind of convinced that you are.
Erica convinced people too.
Well, yeah. Now, Erica is smart, but I just kind of think that you are. I mean that in my opinion, I don't really think no matter how good the lawyer is, I don't think there's going to be a good defense for Nesto. I just don't, based off of all the crap that he has done, because a lot of times we're only as good as our clients anyway. So yeah, you're making some pretty weak defenses, but I mean, hell, I don't have anything. It's better than what I would have. I don't know what they're gonna do. Like, quite frankly. So yeah, I think I'm not gonna tell on you though. I know you want to keep
But
it a
but
secret.
but you see that, but you can see kind of the why I am waiting, because I want to hear what the defense is. You have the system on.
I
I have to hear what this defense is going to be. It could be
I
something completely ridiculous.
I mean, this is the only thing. I mean, sometimes it's all you have. Like, I just can't imagine, even if they resurrected Johnny Cochran, the most amazing lawyer one of the most amazing lawyers I've seen. I don't see what they're gonna do. He's done so much stuff to so many people. I mean, there's a whole another case which it's just too much. Cause like it's like he was like in a trap with the truck. Had he not defrauded Shirley, they were legitimately married, then, he probably would have had an outs on that. But it's just like he's done so much stuff like Wooten is. I mean, it just made his job so much easier. And we are only as good as our clients. Like sometimes, I mean, I've had a case where the client was so bad, so it was like, well, I had nothing. I'm sitting there like a bump in the law during a trial, and I'm like, what am I going to do here? I had one objection, and then the client opened their mouth and messed that up for me. Like, we're only as good as our clients sometimes. Sometimes the clients can have us looking like straight trash, and I don't know what anybody's gonna do. So I do think, that's very clever the defense that you came up with it. But I just really think this probably about all the victim blaming, try to make them like they're stupid. I guess maybe say, well, they gave me the money. Now the investment defense, Joey, that's not going to work because he offered a service to these people. He said, if you give me your money, I can grow your Instagram following. That's not necessarily an investment. When I think of an investment, you think of like stock. There's a huge risk in it. If I give you some money for crypto to invest in that, your money's gone probably the next day. That's an investment defense, but I give you some money for a service. It's like if I pay somebody $4,000 for a roof and they disappear with my money. So that's essentially what he did. The investment defense is not going to work for his.
Well, I think for as far as Bickham goes, he's a good defense would be, she gave me the money for the motor coach, but I never got a chance to transfer the paperwork.
Yeah, but he
No,
transferred
that's
the
a
whole
lie.
card
But,
by Shirley G. Wagon.
correct. You know what I'm saying? So I thought she didn't want it. She didn't give me a chance. I thought she didn't want it.
She sent tons of messages
Of
asking
course.
him to do what he was supposed to do. So
Oh goodness.
it's not gonna work.
I'm trying here. We're trying to come up with. We're
That's what
trying.
I mean. I can't think of a single that's actually gonna work. He has to do something, but I'm just like, I agree with Fran. It's gonna be basically like the Diddy defense. They just focused on cross-examining a witness. If you can make the victims and the witnesses look stupid, may help you a little bit, but he has he has nothing. I'm sorry.
Hoover's gonna come for them in cross, and he's gonna try to put reasonable doubt, and that's it. There's what witnesses? Nesto has been out of touch with people for years, and none of his people, any of the people, I don't know who he could call that Wooten is not going to destroy.
Well,
Yeah, well,
it
I guess
appears he has
Trey will
no
be a
one.
character witness, I suppose.
He doesn't need
Well,
character
that's if
witness.
they inject character into it. But if they inject character into it, they're always
Oh,
going to
that's
get the
right.
intrinsic
Yeah, they can
evidence. So
introduce
he's
that.
done.
Yeah.
His character's
Oh,
shot. Because if they're going to
well,
bring
yeah.
the intrinsic, which they already said they were, come on now, he's done.
Yeah, if the evidence rules if he opened the door to character, then they can encounter with bad character. Oh yeah, that's a bad idea too. I forgot
Period.
about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's I don't know what they're gonna besides just try to make the victims look stupid. That's about all they're gonna be able to do. And because I know before we had all these questions, we were like wondering what would Shirley say and how is she's gonna. But I think she did pretty well on the stand when she testified. So I still question like what in the world was she thinking, but at the same time, we're used to women or men for that matter, to anyone making a bad choice for a mate. So that's not unheard of. So I just don't see where it's really gonna work. But with a jury, all you need is just one person to, then you have they got a hung jury, and I just
I
don't see
just
you
don't
with Tony
think
Walker.
Atlanta, being Atlanta, is going to be overly sympathetic to another scammer on trial. This is not just a random city. This is a city that kind of has a reputation for scammers and people trying to get one up on somebody. And it's I don't think it's going to go over well. People are tired of it. And he might end up being the poster boy of prosecution. And let's get this, I mean, this guy has been a menace.
He's definitely
I
gonna
don't
make
think
up for
he's
their
gonna
law,
I don't think
their
he's gonna get a
YSL
lot of
loss.
sympathy.
Oh, he's gonna make up for the YSL loss. He's gonna be their redeeming case. Oh, and also they had the cash man, a cash out person. So yeah,
Mhm.
with those they're gonna get their reputation back. But the YSL kind of run their reputation a little bit. So yeah, I just don't see what. But I like what Joy, what you're doing. It makes things fun, like to kind of figure out, okay, what kind of defense, because my mind is gone there too. What are they going to use as a defense? And I can't think of anything that's going to work well, that's going to go over well with a jury. Because also Sean is going to have to be careful examining those victims too, because he'll make the jury turn on him. So you have to walk a fine line when you're cross-examining victims, because the jury end up hating you. What he did in the cash out trial, whatever those people's name are, he kind of went out the great victims in an aggressive way. So from my understanding, I didn't really watch it, but yeah, you got to be
In the
careful with
opening
victims.
statements, he
You got
made
to
it
be able
seem
to
like
tell.
they were coming back for more, and it wasn't probably the best course of action.
Yeah, that's very, very distasteful. Like, definitely, and I'm pretty sure that rubbed the jury the wrong way. You have to walk a fine line with that. You have to defend your client and balance it against. You don't want the jury mad at you for saying something that's disrespectful to victims. You need to kind of acknowledge their victim and deal with them accordingly. R. Kelly's lawyer, Jennifer Bongine, I think she did a horrible job in that regard as well. And she was trying to humanize them. It just didn't come off the right way, and then she would aggressively went after victims. They described what happened to them, and some horrible things happened to them. So yeah, he's gonna have to do better with that, and it's so hard. And I think Diddy's attorneys did a very, very
Joey's
good job with that.
mm,
Hello.
it
Oh,
looked like
was
Joey
gone.
jumped off or Joey lost his connection.
Oh
Um
no. But yeah, Diddy's lawyers did an excellent job on that. They really did. So I guess
kind
that's
of
what.
the reasonable doubt.
Well, when they were gentle in cross-examining the victims, they didn't go after him. They balanced defending him against, it was a very fine balance. So you have to walk a fine line when you're cross-examining victims. And he's gonna have to be more careful with Shirley than he was in that
Let
hearing.
him no, but you know what? Let him do.
I mean, he's
Let
gonna
him
do.
do. You're not giving any coaching because
Well,
Hoover
he's
listened.
definitely not gonna listen
Hoover,
to me.
we are Hoover's afternoon drive. So no.
He's
We're not going to
definitely
give
not
you
gonna
any
listen to
insight
me. He's definitely
to
not
how
gonna
to
listen to
handle
me.
a jury.
Oh, I was just
Since
saying that
we
for the. Yeah.
But it's no, I get what you're saying, but yeah,
Yeah,
he's
he would never listen to me anyway. He's the one with the what's that Rico experience. I've never encountered
he's
a
a
Rico
Rico
trial.
specialist
Yes, yes. So why would he listen to little old me? He would never listen to me. I was
because
just
we're
saying,
John
because I
Q.
know the
Public. We
audience.
are the public.
You think he actually listens? I mean, I
He
don't
said he
know.
can't get home and folk going live talking about the documents. How would he know that?
Yeah, someone's sending them to him, I guess, but I don't know. To me,
You don't think that
it's
he
a.
listens to podcasts and watches YouTube?
I don't see why he would watch this one. If it were me and it was my case, I
Oh,
would
well,
not watch. I wouldn't watch these involving this
he's
case.
well, he's listening here because he says that people have been spreading misinformation. I would
Oh,
hope he
that's
doesn't just go based off of the rantings of a ignorant blabbermouth and a
he's
body
going off of
sidekick.
he's going off of what they said. He's because the thing is, there's no misinformation. It's people giving their opinion and reading court documents. There's no
Well, he
misinformation.
stood up in the court and said that people were giving misinformation.
Well, if he says if that's his opinion, he clearly is not watching then to me because I haven't heard any misinformation. Reading court documents that's publicly available and giving your opinion, and we're giving our opinion. So if I were him and I was the lawyer on this case, I would not be following, because I did have a case that went viral locally. Thankfully it didn't go nationwide, like his stuff is. But I wanted to go bury my head under a rock. Like I was horrified. I was about to quit. Like fortunately people didn't know that I was the lawyer. They, the news didn't get the facts straight. They actually thought it was Emory Anthony. You're familiar with Mr. Anthony. He was Carly's lawyer. So they thought it
Oh,
was him.
okay.
Yeah, they thought it was him. And I read the article and say Emory. I was like, oh, thank God I could continue. I mean, that's not a good feeling. I can't describe it, but it wasn't a good feeling. It was embarrassing, even though it was something that was totally out of my control, but it was horrible.
Mm.
So for him, if I were him, I just know how I would feel and how I felt when I was kind of in a similar situation. I did not. I just logged off of social media for a while, and I was thankful no one knew I was. It was on like a couple of people knew I was associated with it, and it was like the worst moment in my life. I'm at the jail with a client. I went to jail myself, fortunately, but and I'm getting texts from friends that knew I was working that case, and they were like, "Are you okay?" And I'm sitting there lying. They were like, "Oh, well, it's viral," and they sent me the news article. And I'm like, "Oh crap." So if I were him, I just wouldn't follow anymore. He really shouldn't, because if it's bothering him that much, and it clearly is, just tune out, because it's not going to help him anyway. Now, Wooten, on the other hand, he's benefiting from this, so I would be watching if I was in his position. I mean, he found out about the bigamy.
Okay.
So, but not Sean should tune out and just I would not. And so I think it's the lady over there, the blabbermouth is she's getting and trying to build favor with them. Like she kind of kissed up to what's the YSL attorney's name? What's that guy name that went to
Oh,
represent Diddy? Whatever that.
Shapiro.
No, the one that he represented Diddy. And Young Thug. I cannot remember his name
Isn't
right
it
now.
I
But she
forget
was
the guy with
she
the white hair. Isn't it
yeah.
Shapiro? Maybe
No,
it's
it's
not.
not.
I don't know,
I
girl.
cannot. Well, it's not important,
Brian
but yeah,
Steele, thank you.
Brian Steele,
Thank
yes.
you.
So she was all in his face, and she just wants to kind of make herself seem more important because she's affiliated with these people. So yeah, so she's pretty much trying to do the same thing with Sean Hoover. Kiss up to these lawyers, and oh, he talked to me
But
because I
this is
tweeted
my
her.
let me ask you this, Janetta, real quick.
Mhm.
We see what Sylvia's doing, but this is the deal. For what? She's not reporting, she's not broadcasting, she's not writing stories, she's not producing blogs, she's not updating on Instagram. She goes specific. Let's talk to Nesto specifically. She gets a Rule 22. She gets footage, and then she decides to not broadcast the proceedings because she's mad because people didn't hit the thumbs up. Like her it's ridiculous. I'm
I
just
think
gonna
she's a
just say,
groupie.
yeah, it's not. Nobody cares if she's kissing up to Sean Hoover. I'm gonna be honest. Nobody cares because no one's relying on her to get an update. There's nobody who's relying on Sylvia to get an update about Nesto.
Well, we really can't. But yeah, she's kind of like it's groupie behavior, quite frankly, because she's want she want to show people that I'm close to these people. Because someone said who
And
was there said
still
she
nobody
borrowed a charger.
cares.
Yeah,
She
she
can do
borrowed a
that, but nobody
charger.
cares. Who
Yeah,
wants to be
and it's
close to Sonia?
and then oh yeah, and then Judge Manning supposed to have an interview, so she just want to show that I know people. Then she cozied up to Young Thug's family, so she just kind of has a pattern of
When is
doing
that
that.
interview dropping? When is
Oh,
she
with Young
interviewing Young
with
Thug?
Oh, she won't be. Well, maybe so. Now that he's not popular anymore,
It's
she
not
might.
happening.
Yeah, I
It's not
don't. Like
happening.
they've been dragging him on social media, so I don't know. Maybe he had to get to the bottom before he actually. But I doubt. Well, she interviewed his dad, but yeah, that's about as close she's gonna get to the family. But to her, that is, getting close to the case. And she wore the T-shirt and stuff, so it's not like a professional blogger where you're just trying to get the story and report and all that stuff. Is like a groupie behavior to me.
Most people
So
get the information to disseminate the information or discuss the information or to chronicle the information. She gets the information for some sick fetish of coveting the information for herself and whoever, I guess, is a echo chamber for how she feels about certain topics. She's not really,
what? Because
you know
I
what I
just
mean?
wonder. Because I thought the whole idea behind this was to make money. So if you're not getting the
I don't know. There
views,
are some people on YouTube who are not here for money. So I don't know. I don't know what her
oh,
goals are. Clearly it's not
maybe.
making money because, I don't know what it is. I'm gonna be honest, because I don't want to sound a certain way. But if that were the case, I think we would be seeing some different behavior. The behavior and the results aren't matching.
Yeah, it's very strange because I thought this was like her job. So if this is your job, your goal is to make money. So it just doesn't make any sense to me at
Right.
all. So just I don't know. That's just she's different, but I don't know. I don't understand it. I guess none of us understand it. But hopefully, we'll have someone there with a camera, besides her, because I don't
Yeah.
trust it because she will turn it off and then we're I wish somebody with a
I mean, we
membership
might be
into.
surprised. I mean, WSB TV, when they
Oh, that'd be
initially
great.
tried to put the gag order, WSB TV and the Atlanta Journal Constitution, along with Dennis Byron, filed motions
Oh, that's
for,
a good sign.
so that they're, in opposition of the gag order. So Atlanta Journal Constitution is keeping an eye on it. WSB TV. I mean, we don't really know what people's plans are. I think they're
Oh,
just, we never that it could be on Atlanta News first.
oh,
It
that'd
could
be
be it
really,
could
really
be
good.
on Law and Crime. We don't know what's going to happen. Just cuz
I
they're
hope
not
so.
reporting on it like we do, um that it's a different thing. But, when the case actually happens, a RICO, there's proximity to Steve Harvey, Shirley Strawberry is going to be coming. It might be a thing.
Yeah, because I did
Like
send a
we
note
can't
to
think
Law
about
and
it
Crime.
in today. We got to think about it in when it's ready to go. When it's a
Yeah.
fully ready package, ready to go, jury selection happening, you never know what's going to happen.
Oh, yeah, because I wrote a note to Law and Crime or Court TV, one of them, and asked them to come. Because yeah, we just
Well,
definitely need a
everybody
lot.
here, 571 people, go drop a comment on Law and Crime and make sure that they're following this story. And it's going to trial in
Yes.
November. And that some bloggers that I follow have been covering it. Tasha K has been covering it. It's been covered in media. There are articles in major publications. It's been covered. It's just they're not getting into the minutia details. But, if 577 people or 700 people or however many people tune in and watch this, if you take a minute and go drop a comment at Law and Crime or go on Twitter and what's her name? Rouge, is it Rusan? I need to get her name, but she's one of the producers, and Kathy Rusan, something like that, and she's one of the producers at Law and Crime. I mean, if they know that there is a following, you never know.
Yeah, that'd be sweet. Does anyone have a membership they could tell us what Sonia said over there? Because I'm just kind of tickled. Not that Sonia's that important to the story, but I'm just kind of, I know she just
Sonia is a
blew
part
a
of the
gasket.
story. She's
Well,
not.
she's not an
She
important part, but yeah, I know she blew a gasket.
she's become an important part. I don't think Sonia is important at all, but she's become a key part of this story because she's pretty much 95% of his open line of communication for the over the past 2 years.
Yeah, we
You know
wouldn't
what I
have any
mean? Like,
calls. Hello?
I'm here.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, we would have any calls to listen to. Yes, true.
I don't know if there's no calls. We just got 5, tablet
Well, without
visits.
her, we wouldn't have as many calls because he really
Right.
talks to the other people. We
If it
wouldn't hardly
wasn't
have
for
any
her, we
calls.
wouldn't have anything right now. Yeah.
That is true. She does keep the story going. Bless her
Yeah.
little pitiful heart. She doesn't,
Okay.
and she wants to complain, but stop calling or write a letter or something. Or if you're gonna talk on the phone, try not to be stupid. I mean, it's kind of hard for her though. Like, try not to be stupid because really they're not talking about much, but it's like the stuff she says is so stupid. So it's like, oh my God, because we don't know people like this in real life, so it's fascinating. Like, between the two of them, they don't have two brain cells to rub together. It's like they're just so stupid.
Right.
So it's our entertainment, quite frankly. But does anybody know what she
So,
said? Oh, go ahead.
I don't know. I didn't hear it.
I'm
And
not gonna
from what
pay for a membership.
huh?
I'm not paying for a membership. I'm not paying for a membership. I would love to know what she
This is
said.
what I know. She did it in members of a particular level. And once it was over, she bumped it up to that $499 level. That's what I do know.
400 and
So if you did not watch it when it was live, she doesn't want anyone to see it. No one's paying $499.
Absolutely not.
So
$499. Wow. Oh,
that's just a step above putting it on private. I mean, it's Sylvia likes to antagonize people. If you guys hadn't figured that out already, I think that she enjoys being like an outlier and a chaos monger. And that's all. She could have just easily put it on private. I don't want anyone else to see it. Nobody's paying for that, but she'll put it on that because she knows that people are going to talk about it and people are going to be bothered.
It doesn't bother me. I'm tickled.
I'm not saying you. I'm saying
Yeah.
people will be bothered. Someone's going to be bothered, even if it's one. And we're talking about it right now. So at the end of the day, that's what she did. And
It's
you know what I
not that
mean?
much
Like, girl,
nosiness
nobody
in the world.
cares.
Yeah, it's not that much nosiness in the world, but I'm, kind of, but it's, we can pretty much guess what she's gonna say anyway. And she was saying the judge is in favor of the state and blah blah.
I mean, if somebody recorded it, bring it on. If somebody recorded it when it was live, bring it on. But I don't know, you know what I mean? People will pass it on to whoever their blogger of choice, or they might take this opportunity and say, you know what, let me start me a channel and do whatever. So
I guess so. It's quite a.
Can you believe it?
It's enough Nesto channels.
You think there's enough?
I would think so. Unless somebody's gonna pop up and do something different, but people are creative, so they may be able to find something that hasn't been done. People, I admire the creativity on YouTube, quite frankly. So, and Joy should start a channel. I'll definitely tune in.
Look, at the end of the day, I'm just saying there's going to be, random people do put out video. It doesn't necessarily mean
don't have to have
we don't have to, you know what I mean? Like, girl, it doesn't have to
they
be.
can. Yeah,
It doesn't have to be like a talk show. It could just be somebody wants to, you know what I mean? People put out video. If somebody
Yeah.
has it, put it out. If you don't have it, I didn't lose any sleep last night over not knowing what they talked about. To your point, we can probably assume what they talked about. But this is my thing. I don't want to talk more about it because those two women get some sort of thrill off of knowing that people are discussing what they got going on over there. And yeah, no, but I don't.
Yeah, they have a lot in common. They are really, really good friends. I could, they think a lot alike. So, especially with the supporting men like R. Kelly and Nesto, I mean, they really are one and the same. So, yeah, I'm glad they found each other. I really am. Where did Joey go?
He
I thought
hung
he
up
would have
like 10
came. I
minutes
thought he
ago.
would. Well, I knew he hung up, but I thought he would have popped back up.
No, we're gonna wrap this up. We're almost at
Yeah,
3 hours. I
yeah,
was
that's
gonna come
perfect.
back, but I'm getting ready to handle some business around the house. And I don't know, we were going to do a reaction, and then we talked everything out because y'all been looking for Joey for, y'all been asking.
Oh,
So luckily Joey came out the bushes today and we had our conversation. But yeah, it's a wrap right now.
yeah, we gotta how to go easier on Joey. But yeah, the call, I'm free this weekend. I'm sure. Yeah, everybody else can catch it on a replay. Let's do it this weekend, tomorrow. Well, you probably have something to do.
I might come back to. I don't know. I may come back tonight, but I'm not sure. I don't know if I'm gonna come back on that. I feel like 3 hours on Nesto is good. There is a lot of other things to talk about. I enjoy talking about other topics with you guys and other news stories, other cases. I know this. A lot of people do just like Nesto is their topic of choice, and that's cool. But yeah, I don't know if I would come back on this because we've done a whole 3 hours on Nesto.
Yeah,
So
I suppose, but
yeah.
I have the weekend. Well, I went out of it, so I'm home now. So I'll be available. So you all will be my entertainment. So yeah, I'm not going anywhere. So I'll be happy to tune in. You gonna talk about Donna Adelson?
I don't think I feel like that's topic is a little closed. Maybe touch on it there, just maybe touch on it. I don't know. I'm still not
Yeah.
convinced yet what I'm gonna
Oh.
do because I've been on here for 3 hours.
Okay,
It's
so
a
whatever it is
lot.
you do, I'll tune in. So, but I'm about to
Thank
get
you,
ready to run this.
Janetta.
Yes, I'll watch whatever. But it was nice talking to you, and
Thank you,
love you
Janetta. You're so
guys. Bye,
sweet.
everyone. You
Love
have
you
a good.
too. You take care now, hon. Have a
Okay,
good weekend,
bye.
babe. Okay,
I
take
will.
care.
You too.
All right.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Okay, y'all. You know how like when you have a party and you're like your last guest is walking out the door and you're like, oh, okay, now I can relax for a second. Thank you, Mealy. Thank you for supporting. Yes. Okay, period. Thank you for new member. Thank you. I appreciate you. Um, Janetta, thank you so much for coming up. Joey, Gia, Vicky, Tony. I think that was it. I appreciate all of y'all coming through today. Great conversation. Um, yeah, I think we really we got through that topic. We talked all the way up and around about it. I'm gonna let y'all go. You guys have a great weekend. I will see you this weekend, but I don't know. I'll try and come back later on tonight. If I don't, you guys will see me tomorrow. We'll do the reaction. I am going to update the title of this live. If you want to know what we were going to react to, if you hadn't seen the new video from Phone Calls from Prison, I will leave the link in the description box. So check out my description box. Go watch the video. That way, when we talk about it tomorrow, you will have already seen it because we will talk all over it. And we're going to stop. We make frequent stops and we talk a lot. Okay. All right, you guys. Have a good evening. If I don't see you guys again till tomorrow, and make sure to hit the thumbs up for me because that's how I get out into the algorithm. So if you want to help me Likes do matter. So make sure if you're not subscribed, subscribe, set your notifications to all so you can always be notified every time I go live, post a video, do a community post, all of the things. And then after that, hit the thumbs up. Is it someone else's birthday? Today is my daughter's birthday. Okay, Jay Blake, happy birthday to Boo Boo. Happy birthday to your daughter, hun. Happy birthday. Let me highlight your message so she knows that you told everybody. Happy birthday, Jay Blake's baby girl. Happy birthday, hun. Happy birthday to all the Virgos. I will see you guys a little bit later. Okay? Bye, guys. Jennifer, it's your birthday too. What did you say? It was your birthday earlier? How did I miss that? Happy birthday, Jennifer. I hope you're doing something special. Guys, it's one Jennifer's birthday too. All Virgos, happy birthday. Happy birthday to all my Virgo sisters and brothers. Yes, Virgo season is in full effect, y'all.
You can sleep. Side hand, I'll be that too. Because chicks are young and this chick is old. So I'll be the side hand. Thank you, Reggie, for correcting her. I will be the side chick. The mistress, the side chick, the hand. It's whatever. I mean, name calling is what y'all do. That's